Hello everyone. Don't mind me, I'm just eating. While we're prepping on this flight. Excuse me, but welcome aboard this flight.
And we're up on airborne.
Today I'll have a friend with me. His name is Alex. He commented on one of my videos. He's an actual CRJ pilot, so I'll be asking for some advice once we get up and running here. Yeah, so please sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and we'll just talk to him real quick. Alright, Alex, just started the stream. I'm finna get ready.
Okay.
You feel free to look at the stream and see if I'm doing anything wrong.
Yeah, do you want me to walk you through the procedures that we work in our company?
I don't really think I need it, to be honest with you. I'm just starting it from where what's it called would be. Excuse me, I'm trying to think about what it's called. Oh, ready to start the engine stage. I'm not gonna do it from cold and dark.
Come on.
Let's see what version this is.
It takes so long for the APUs to actually kick in though. Yeah, nothing guys, just you lose complete control. Like it won't even read my yoke anymore. My joystick at least. You guys, I'm gonna head off and play armor with one of my friends. See you later.
Hey. So Memphis. Let's go on. So take that position. Okay, Memphis. 2. Atlanta. That's a pull hour flight plan. We'll go ahead and do this. It'll probably be ASQ. ASQ 2451. Flight number. Let's see, the winds currently are 0 at 5, so start winds 0, whichever one's closest, which will be 1-8, or yeah, 1-8 center. Closest. We'll go from 1-8 center. Set execute that. XP Standard deviation is 10. Climb 0 at 5. Cruise winds hour 300 at 28. Descent winds will be for KATL. It's 260 at 7. It's 260 at 7. Next page. Reserve fuel. Already got that set up. VNAV set up. 250. 10. Okay. Yeah, got that all set. Alright, departure and arrivals. Departure. We're departing the what is it? About some. Hold 350 2451 VATSIM. Okay, Memphis to Atlanta. We have about 59 passengers on board. The CRJ 700 aircraft. We're flying the braking for Kermy 18 Center departure. Or Kermy. Execute. And Atlanta doesn't have an ATC online. So more than likely we'll be taking 26 right. So we'll go ahead and set that. We'll just set to 26 right. And then that's the Stole 1 Kermy arrival. So Stole 1. Now that's 26 right. More than likely. Execute that. Legs. Coming here to non-decision height. Format. Plan. Zoom in. Well, I guess the main thing is I hope it's in there, right? I mean, because it ain't letting me look at it, but oh well. It is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Nav source. That's one. There we go. That's that. Display, bearing, floor lights, the off emissions, dog protection pusher. Shit. Okay. I think that's it.
You obey, overheat. You obey, overheat.
That's all good. I think that's it. Available. Yep, I believe that's it. So we can go ahead and turn on the beacon. I've set everything up, I believe. We'll go ahead and set our altitude up to 35.
You can kill the nose wheel steering to after pushback, because in real life you can actually kill somebody on the outside.
Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate it. Alex.
Basically put it up.
You can go ahead and say hey to you too if you want. Also, Alex.
Hey, what's up, guys? First time here, so I don't know much about this, but what I was saying, the nose wheel steering, it's part of the cockpit safety scan. It should be off the entire time. before the airplane is powered on, especially. And then after push, you would tell them, before push actually, you say, okay, parking brake is off, nose wheel steering is disengaged, and you clear the push. And then the after start checklist, that's when you connect it.
Alright, appreciate that.
Yep.
I did not know that one. See, this is why I love this man. See, look, I just met him about like 20 minutes ago. Already love him. See what I'm saying? So I did the checklist real quick. We've already done the safety checklist or Jane checklist, before start checklist, passenger signs on, landing elevation set, altimeter set. Up to 005. FMS and IRSs, so we'll check the IRSs. Boom, boom. We still got that. ADG's closed and secured. Yacht dampers, ATC, it's not going to give us anything. So we can go ahead and switch this over to Unicom 1, 122.8. This Unicom's frequency. So we switch over to Unicom. Lock the flight deck door, so nobody is allowed in. On the emergency lights. Hydraulics, all these should be switched to auto. I already know that just by the other checklist. Oops, hit the wrong thing. So let's go ahead and go with cabin overhead panel.
Dispatch services are no longer available.
We don't need the recognition fan on. Ram air, manual, cold. After cargo, air conditioning, we'll need to turn off the packs to start the engines. Isolation valve should be open. Switch over the bleed source to the both engine position. And then all that's set. Alright, cool. Hey Fishy, you joining us on this flight or?
I'm actually watching you, like,
Okay.
getting ready how to do it as well.
Alright. We want to switch our course on the ASQ.
Could I say a couple things that I noticed so far?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so right there where you touch on the hydraulics, if you want I can show you, you have to do a hydraulic test before every flight. I can show you what a quick hydraulic test looks like. If you want to pop up the hydraulic page.
Yeah, where would the test be? Would it be on the overhead panel?
First of all, go to the hydraulic switches and put them, all of them on the aft position. It's in the center, it's on B panel, right below ignition. So keep going down, below the APU.
Yeah. I don't see the tests for it.
No, there's not a, no, it's a manual test. You have to do a manual test every time, that's why I was going to show you.
Oh, okay.
So you have to go to the overhead panel, to the center panel.
Okay.
So where you have all the hydraulic switches, and flip them all to the aft position, towards you.
So, make sure you said it.
So if you want, you can flip the continuous ignition off. That's only used when heavy rain or turbulence or wind shear alert.
Yeah, so all my hydraulics are off on the overhead panel. You said go to the center panel?
Turn them all the way to on and off. So basically all the way to aft, towards you. So hydraulic pump 2A and 2B go all the way to on. 3A go all the way to on. So basically just flip them all backwards towards you.
Then should I get like an alert or something or?
Then go to the hydraulic page, to the synaptic page. But once you make sure all of them on the aft position, go to the hydraulic page. And that should come up on ED2, which is engine display 2. Once you click on the center console, down there it says hydraulic, HID, HYD. Yeah, down there it says HYD. Right above where the trim is, where the aileron trim and the rotor trim is. Okay, so keep the switches on the app position and then go to the central console. On the bottom. I'm not sure what the delay on this thing is, but
Well, I
make
mean,
sure 3A is on. 3A is on as well.
make sure 3A is on. Okay.
Yeah, all of them. Like I said, all of them full app position towards you.
All right.
And then go to the hydraulic page. There it is. Okay, there you go. So are they all in the app position?
Yeah, on my screen, but YouTube is delayed, so I'm not sure what it looks like for you.
Okay, so I see. So you notice like how it says in one engine it says 1A, and then on the right engine it says 2A.
Yeah.
So those are the engine-driven pumps. 1B, 2B, those are electric pumps, and then the system 3, which is the one in the middle, 3A and 3B, those two are electric. So basically they swap back and forth. Typically 3A is the one on, 3B is the one off. So basically what you're doing by putting them in the full app position is that you're testing the electric pumps. So now you want to make sure that it's pressurized at 3000 psi, which it is. Temperature is green, that is good. 64%, 66, and 67. Once you do that, then you want to flip them all to the full forward position with the screen on. You want to make sure the screen stays on, and you want to full forward. So all of the switches go full forward now on the hydraulic thing.
Yeah.
Hold on, the video, there's still only one on. Like all of the switches should go to the full forward position. The hydraulic switches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so what I think is, you can see on my phone, I'm looking at my stream on my phone,
Okay.
it shows that all my switches are switched forward. So see if you can go forward anymore, because you might be behind, like way behind.
Let's see. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what's happening is, if you notice, I have 2 alive and 3 dead. What that means is you're gonna have 2 0 psi's right now, left and right. And if you notice, system 2 is depressurizing. You see how the number is going down?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you want to see. Now, eventually, once that number gets below a certain parameter, I think it's 1000 psi, it would give you a caution warning that says outboard brakes, caution warning. So what that does is you have just tested all the electric pumps and their logic. So basically what you're looking for right now, all those switches are not going to move for now. That's it. They're going to stay full forward for the entire flight. But you just want to make sure that that pressure drops below a level that you're going to get a caution. Now you don't have to keep watching it if you want. You can just continue doing what you're doing, which pretty much is the yaw dampers and the Mach tuck switch, while that's depressurizing. And eventually you're going to get a ding, and that's when you know you have a good system test.
Alright. So see, this is what I might do. I'm going to go ahead and change my TeamSpeak to auto voice detection, just so you hear what I'm doing and stuff.
Okay. So you see one thing that you just did there, the channel 1 and 2 on the trim, it's very important that when you flip those switches, you actually look at the ED1 screen and ED2 on the middle, pretty much what you would call ICAS. Because if you don't see something happening there, then there is something wrong.
I just got an alert.
Yeah, you're gonna have a status message. So you need to go to the status page, and you're gonna have a caution message.
Alright, so status, it says
Yeah, so go to status page. There you go. And now, let's see, go down to the central console again.
Okay.
And go to the step channels.
But the step channels will be the one that says step, right?
Yeah, on the central console. It says there's channel 1 and 2, basically.
Up and down.
And that's right next. It's right next to the MACH switch. MACH. Right below RTU 1 and 2, and the standby RTU.
Let's see. I'll drop out that box, which is.
No, it's so go down to the central console. I'm not sure if I'm real time right now. Hold on. There it is. So you see what it says step trim on the central console on the left side.
Yeah, step trim. Yeah.
Right there, and right next to it says MACH trim. Okay. So when you flip channel 1 and 2, you should see first a caution message that says yaw damper, and then once you push the channel 2 in, there should be a status message that says, before you push it in, that says yaw damper 2 in up. But once you push the channel 2, it should go away, which it is, because you did it, and you already pushed the MACH trim in, which you did it, which is good. Then what you would do is you go up to where the trims are, and that's where you would test the trims. But if you want, don't worry about it, because you're not going to accomplish anything. But then you're going to go where the yaw damper says, and you're going to engage channel 1 and 2.
Oh, I could disconnect it just to see if it will give me the warning or not.
Yeah, see if you can start from 0. See if you can disconnect. Press the disconnect button on the yaw damper. To the left side. Yep. Push that. And see if you can disconnect the step trim channels. Oh, there's a trick to do it. Here's how you do it. On the back of the yoke, and you're not gonna see this unless you look at the back of the yoke, there is a red button. I'm not sure if it works on the SIP. On the right side of the yoke, where you hold the yoke with your right hand, on the back side of it, behind the trim, there is a red button. Actually, it will be on the left side. Sorry, I'm used to flying on the right side. It's behind the yoke. You're not gonna see if you look at it from the front.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not simulated, probably.
Maybe it's on the right side. Well, in case where you're looking at right now, it's gonna be on the left side behind the trim, like literally behind the yoke. You see what it says sync? You see the arrow that says sync?
Yeah.
That's pointing to a button that what that does is syncs the flight director when you fly manually. Right on top of that, there's gonna be that red switch, and it will disconnect all the step channels. I'm not sure if there's a way for you to look behind the yoke, but
yeah, I don't think that's gonna be simulated.
it's fine. So let's see. Let me make sure that you got the step channels set up already, which looks like you do.
So let's see. So, do you want me to go ahead and hit yaw dampers and see if it gives me the details or not?
I can see what you're doing right now. Hold on. Let's see. The channels are on for sure. The MACH is off, so you can turn that back on. The MACH talk. So what that does is, if you fly manually in flight levels, and you get too fast by accident, you can get something that's called MACH talk. If you go above the critical Mach number, and the airplane would tend to nose down, and what that does is prevents you from doing that. It would actually trim the airplane automatically, so you don't get in that situation. And yep, it looks like you have the yaw dampers on. There is no yaw damper caution, is it?
Well, there. Hold on.
Yeah,
let's see. I disconnected it, and I don't see. I can't go up or down. So. But when I connected it, oh, okay, now I see what you're saying. Cause see, if I disconnect and hit yaw damper 1, it will say yaw damper 2 is INOP.
There you go. And then you put the 2, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Cool. So, is there anything else that you want to see that's like simulated for a test or?
Let's see. Make sure the channel 2 is engaged. Another thing you can do is test the. This you usually do before you start the APU, but if you want to see something cool, if you go to the overhead panel, that's actually simulated. Make sure before you do that, pop up the page ED1, which is ICAS 1. Actually, sorry, ED2, the status page. if you want to pop it up, open.
Okay.
And then you go to the top. And you see what it says, so you're just gonna be on main status page. There you go. And then you see what it says, fire detection monitor.
Yeah.
If you push that once, you should see fire assist, okay, and you're gonna see 11 lights turning on the front console and right on the center pedestal.
I'll see. 1, 2.
So fire assist, okay, and then you should get 11 lights lighting up.
11 lights.
So if you, yeah, push it again.
Okay, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And
Oh, I
there's
see what
3
you're
on the
saying.
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You want it? Yeah, that's cool.
Nice. I didn't know that. But I can go ahead and cancel the warning, right? 'Cause it's just a test.
It automatically goes off, and then just push the warning, and you can cancel it.
Alright, so let me go ahead and look at this trim. The trim that what the CRJ manager says the trim should be. Where is that? Center of gravity is 26.59.
Underneath it says the trim.
Oh yeah, takeoff trim. Yeah, 5.82 degrees. So would I go to? Where was I at? Not yet. Statistics.
And flight control one.
And I just go with 5.8. Pretty much is what I do.
Oh yeah, it's in statistics as well. I didn't even notice that.
Well,
What's your takeoff weight?
my takeoff weight. Let's see. Probably should look at this one. Yeah, this is probably more accurate so far. Takeoff weight. Yep, there you go. 61,972 pounds.
Okay, that's not bad. Max takeoff is 75,000. Max landing is 67,000. So you're within parameters for sure. But that's pretty light. This airplane gets harder to land the lighter it is.
Well, I like the challenges, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that you're probably gonna be landing on the 50,000 something range.
If I land correctly, because you know my landings are a little bit atrocious, as you can probably see.
Hey man, it's hard. The CRJ is a hard airplane to land. The CRJ on the 7.3.
Well, let's see. So far I got beacon on, navigation lights are on, strobe, turn off the logos, it's daytime.
Make sure, so for engine start, here's how the checklist go for engine start. Make sure the APU LCV valve is open, and that will show you on the stat page.
So, statistics.
Basically,
Okay,
door
yep.
open, right?
APU LCV valves open.
Okay, another important thing that I noticed that you don't have on, that has to be on, is next to the spoilers, where it says thrust reverser, make sure that's armed.
Armed.
Yeah, make sure that's, you don't want it arm in the air, that's part of the after takeoff flow. You turn it off only on the after takeoff flow, and you turn it back on right when you put the gear down for landing.
Okay.
So every time you're on the ground, be armed. Because if you have a rejected takeoff, it's not going to work. And trust me, I had a captain forget about that before, and you're not going to get any reversers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the end of the world. The most important thing is the spoilers. The good thing about this airplane is you don't have to arm the spoilers. It's automatic. The bad thing about that is the logic. If you bounce a landing, you need to go around because the spoilers will deploy and you're going to crash.
Okay. Alright, so I guess I'll just do the 4-star checklist that they gave us. Passenger signs on, landing elevation set, altimeters.
Hey, you want to do something cool?
Sure.
Sorry, you want to do something cool?
Yeah.
You want me to read you my actual checklist, and I'm gonna challenge you, and then you're gonna do you're gonna say it's on or off or whatever.
Please, God.
All right,
Oh
before I
my
start
goodness.
checklist. Parking brake.
Set.
Nose wheel steering.
Off.
Pre-flight complete. And then you just say complete.
Oh, complete.
Oxygen mass and quantity. So if you look at the stat page.
Statistics. Alright.
Sorry, I'm like a little bit behind here because of YouTube. But if you look at the stat page, what's the? It should say oxygen.
Yeah, it says 1790.
Alright, 1790 check. Gear and ADG pins 4 on board. That's right behind you. Don't worry about that. Circuit breakers checked. Battery master.
On.
Electrical power.
That'd be AC or DC service or
Is either GPU or APU. Which one is running?
APU.
Okay, generators.
Set to auto.
Okay, nav lights.
Nav lights. I guess it'll be off, I would believe.
Oh, by the way, that DC service switch, make sure is off.
The what switch?
Well, like DCS service or DC.
Oh.
Service.
DC
Yeah,
service.
that switch is only used for people that are towing the airplane on the ground, so you need to make sure that's off.
Okay.
Okay, so nav lights,
On.
bleed valves,
The what box?
bleed valves.
Oh, bleed valves. Bleed valves.
Pardon my accent.
It's all good. Auto.
Hydraulic pumps.
Auto and on.
Yep, pressurization. You have the landing elevation set.
Landing elevation. That will be in the FMC, right?
So here's one thing that you have to make sure you do. The pressurization panel in this airplane doesn't come set up, so you have to set it up. So it's all the way on C, all the way towards the FO. So it's there you go, right there.
Actually, let me do this instead. Yeah, go over here. I can set that up here. Yeah, you're probably going to be a little bit behind, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're looking at the pressurization and ED2.
Would that
Okay,
be?
so you see where it says cabin pressure, decrease and increase?
Yes.
Okay, so that that's how you set up the landing elevation. And the landing elevation will be displayed on ED2. Engine display 2, which will be like ICAS 2.
Alright, well, the landing
Status
elevation
pages.
in Atlanta is 1,024, so what I on 1,020?
Make it, 2420. Yeah, you're gonna do that.
Alright. So I guess I'll be set.
All right, make sure that, because you didn't do that flow, make sure where it says manual rate is all the way to decrease.
Alright, manual rate all the way to decrease.
So pretty much I'm gonna walk into the flow, so all the way to decrease.
Set.
Okay, packs are on.
X. Oh, put them on. Okay, in on position.
Yeah,
Doesn't
packs.
matter if the engines aren't running yet.
It's automatic. When you start the engines, the packs will shut off automatically.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so the packs go off. On, sorry. Aft cargo air, that's an important switch. Make sure it's off right now.
Off.
Yep, winds and calls are off. Windshield heat, if the temperature is below 30 degrees, you need to be on the low position.
It is 28 degrees Celsius outside.
Yep, so flip them to the low position.
Check.
And make sure the probes are off.
Probes off. Set.
Okay, so let's go back to the checklist here. So pressurization, what do you guys set? 10 something? 1020?
1020 feet.
1020 set. Windshield heat is low. Flight instruments radio set for departure.
Set.
FMS set.
Set.
Altimeters.
3005.
Set indicating what?
Inches.
How many feet is indicating?
Oh, 0 feet.
0 feet? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fuel quantity?
A fuel quantity on board, we have 4,965 total pounds of fuel.
Alright, so I'm going to show you a trick that obviously it's not even going to be on the manual. I don't know if it's simulated, but let's see if it does. Go to the stat 82 page, and this is to reset the fuel. You have to reset the fuel before pushback.
Alright,
So go to ICAS 2. and then you're gonna go to where it says menu on the central console.
Yes, sir.
Do you push menu?
Yes, sir.
There it is. Okay, so you see that where it says fuel use reset?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're gonna push the select circle button.
Well,
That will tell you.
yeah.
That will tell you your oil level as well.
Well, I
Now, in
clicked
real
it, but
life-
yeah.
Yeah, in real life, right next to where it says menu, there is a fuel readout, and as you're flying along, it would increase depending how much fuel you use. That's how you know how much fuel you have used. So in real life, you have to reset it by pushing accept. It resets it back to 0. So I was just wondering if it worked. I guess it doesn't.
Oh, well, let me ask you this question, because this says I have 4950 total fuel on board. However, on the flight I should have at least about, I think I set 5. Actually, no. Wait, let me see what it was set. Yeah, I need at least 5322. So let me set 5322.
Yeah.
Go to the configuration. Go to the configuration menu.
Oh yeah, it's configuration.
It's actually the outside. There you go. You see how the number is red?
Yeah.
That means you don't have enough fuel for the flight. This is what you gotta do. Open it back up. And where it says calculate,
Yes.
keep clicking that. So it gets turned green.
Oh, got it. So now it's green, but it still says the same thing. 5322.
If you keep clicking the calculate, does it turn green? There it is.
Yeah, you need to set it to your simulator again, so.
Yep, send it back to the simulator. Hopefully send it back and then set payload and fuel. Okay. Alright, now the fuel is 5910. So 5910. And I wonder if this will do this again. Nope, it won't show you. But my oil levels are 99 and 98%. Is what it says. You good, Alex?
Disconnected.
Are you on the performance page on the FMS? Sorry, I had a mute out. My bad.
That's all good. Yeah, I can go to the performance page so you can see.
Yeah. So here's something that it's different from real life that you have to keep doing it as you're flying along. I will show you. Go to the performance initialization. Oh, by the way, flex put 46 degrees. That's the standard that we use for this airplane.
Oh, really? 46? Well, let me write that
46.
down. 46 degrees. All right, cool. I've always had a question about that.
Yeah, if it's too hot or if it's a thunderstorm, don't flex at all. Now, if you want to be conservative, use 40 degrees. But 46 is the standard that we use for long runways all the time.
Yeah, I choose 46.
All right, so you see where it says fuel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in real life, that is connected to your actual readout on ED1, where it says total fuel. In this airplane, it doesn't update. So you have to keep updating it throughout the flight because that's what's gonna give you performance information in mid-flight.
All right.
Another thing you want to do with that is you want to go to the what it says MFD menu.
Yeah.
And this is something obviously that is not in the menu.
Yeah, there it goes.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. Hold on. Let me this thing update. Not data. Data. You have to push it again. There you go. FMT menu. So here's how it works. The one who's flying, what it says window, you need to it says what it says VNAV. So push that left button till it says VNAV.
But you hit the left button until it says VNAV. Which button?
So on the FMS, 6L. On the FMS 6L, so it says VNAV.
Oh,
No, it says
I
window.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, so here's something that you may want to, once you put it to VNAV, I'm not sure if you already did or not. There it is. One thing you may want to write down is an acronym. High SAM. So these are the items that you want on. So high nav aids, speed, altitude, and miss approach. High SAM.
Alright, let me write that down in my notes. High SAM. So it's Aerosoft CRJ, high SAM. High SAM.
So high nav aids, speed, you don't want ETA. Speed, altitude, miss approach. And once you got that selected, go to next page.
Next page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, one second, let this thing update. And then you're gonna select range and FRN position.
Oh, range and LRM position. Okay.
Now, for the captain, you want the same exact thing, the high SAM, range, and LRN. In this case, for the FO. But instead of VNAV, you want on. You can do it from UFMS.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what. Yeah. So let me switch
Yeah,
that to
you can
VNAV
do
and switch that side. Yeah. High SAM. Next page. On in position. Previous page, and switch that to on.
And what that does, if you look at your MFD, you're gonna see now you're getting Atlanta. How long it's gonna take you to get to Atlanta? How many nautical miles to Atlanta? And your first waypoints.
Ooh, that's pretty
Now,
cool.
For him, it's gonna give him more information because he's not flying. So for him, it's gonna tell him how much fuel he's gonna have on landing. So if you look at Atlanta, it's gonna say 2575, the time, and how long it's gonna take him to get there.
40 minutes.
So for him, it's gonna say you're gonna land with 2575 pounds of fuel. That's a very useful tool.
So I didn't know that. Now, see, now that will save my butt. That would definitely save my butt on
Now,
everything.
this airplane is pretty smart. If you know how to configure the FMS, this airplane is very, very smart. So that is gonna fluctuate depending if you update, like I said, the perf page with the current fuel that you have throughout the flight, and the winds, the ISA deviation.
Oh, do you want me to go to the ISA deviation?
Yeah, ISA deviation. Where do you go to find it?
I mean, I know. I mean, here I'll show you. I use a program called SimBrief. So it's an integrated dispatch system. They give us the ISA deviation of 10.
But the problem is it's never perfect. So when you're in the air, you need to update that. And by the way you do that is you go to the progress page, and then you push next page. It's probably not going to show you on the ground, but in the air it will.
Yeah, it says 14 right now.
Okay, so you can put that. So that's the most current, accurate one.
So let me go to the flight plan, perf, here. So I'll put 14. It says ISA deviation.
And that page would also tell you what the headwind component is, what the crosswind component is, which is very useful.
Alright.
Alright, so the FMS looks like it's good. Center panel is good. Pressurization looks good, as far as I can remember.
And with ISO depth traits, useful.
Now you have a good readout in front of you. Make sure the transponder is off. And whenever you turn it on, make sure you turn it to your side, which will be 1, because you're the one flying. And for RVSN flights, anything above 290, you need to comply with that.
Okay.
So it's on your side. Typically, that's an after start checklist. I turn it on, but there's not a big deal if you turn it on. You're just going to be pissing off the ramp controller. But
Oh.
besides that, you're good. Right next to what it says standby radio, make sure you put that on standby. The RTU.
Oh, okay. Stand by.
Okay, that looks pretty good. And RTU, also you can put it on standby, the standby RTU, right next to the transponder, to the right.
Oh, yeah, okay. Put it on standby as well. Okay.
Yeah, so what that's going to do is automatically it's going to switch to on. It should, if you have an RTU failure. And you see where it says 1 RTU and 2?
Yes.
On this. So that is to disconnect your actual radio. So push one of them. It should shut off one of the radios screens.
Yep, shut off that one. I'll probably want to shut off that one though.
So that's just a test. I mean, obviously you want them both on, but that's just, if you're having an issue with the RTU, that's a way to shut it off.
Alright.
Okay. Do you do a proper oxygen system test? But you don't really have to do that if you want.
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Man, they need to update this checklist or something, because that had nothing. The only thing it had was just this tiny stuff.
With the oxygen test, you gotta go to the RTU panel, because if you push it without messing with the RTU panel, you're pretty much not accomplishing anything. Because what you want to check is that if you have a depressurization, you put the oxygen mask on, you can actually talk through it. That's pretty much what you're testing.
Oh.
Do you see what it says, mask?
Let me zoom in and see. I don't see where it says mask yet.
So right below RTU1, where you have all the knobs and switches for the RTU.
Yeah.
On the center console. There's a switch that says boom and mask. Right next to speaker, emergency norm voice. It's pretty much where you have all the volume controls on your #1 radio. Not the standby, the #1 radio. You know, your VHF, your DVs.
Oh yeah, I see.
Okay, so you see where it says mask?
Yeah.
Okay, flip that to mask. Right next to it says speaker. Put that on, turn it all the way up. And you do this in every single airplane, by the way. Speaker on all the way to the right, and where it says R/T, I/C, flip that down. That's pretty much your hot mic. So make sure your speaker is pushed in.
I'll make sure it's pushed in. Okay.
And you want it where it says IC, because RT means transmit. So you push that on. It's kind of like a spring trigger. That's to talk to ATC. IC is so you can talk to your crew member, to your captain or your FO. So now,
when you have it on IC, does it actually still work, like with a push to talk or something to talk to IC?
yes, but it's just a way for you to communicate with the guy next to you. We typically turn it off because it's pretty annoying, because it's like leaving the hot mic on, so you just keep hearing the air and the guy breathing, so you don't really want that. But if you want to talk to him, obviously for takeoff and landing, you want that on the whole time, because you want to keep communicating. So once you have that set up, go back to your oxygen mask.
Okay. Go ahead. Oxygen.
And the first switch you want to push, and in real life, it's kind of like you're holding over everything at the same time, but let's see here. So push that one, then push the where the hose originates from with the red knobs. So in real life, you would squeeze those, and you should get some inflation, and then you push the flow control to make sure there is airflow. And they simulated it. You can actually hear it. You can hear all three of them.
Yeah.
And then go back. This is important. You need to go back to your radio and configure it to the way it was, because if you don't, you can't communicate with the guy, and they make fun of you. They'll call you newbies. You know?
Oh.
So you got to make sure you put it back to where it was.
All right.
All right. So that's center, speaker, boom. And you asked me about TCAS before.
Yeah, cause me and Fishy, we couldn't set the TCAS earlier. We were flying and we didn't have any TCAS.
I don't think it's working. Like if you go to the TCAS, I'm gonna show you how it should be set up in real life.
I actually managed to get it working like a couple hours ago. I saw air traffic on my actual display. But
Oh,
I
it
don't
actually
know how I
works?
did it. Yeah, it works.
Okay, so
I don't know how I did it.
okay, so this is how it works. So go to know where it says TCAS?
Yeah.
So push that right button next to it.
So TCAS, push right button next to it. Wait a minute. Might have messed up. Oh, TCAS. Oh,
So
okay.
It should
Yeah.
be R3 on the radio thing.
Yeah, R3.
Hold on, let this thing catch up. Okay, so now above is fine because you're taking off and the mode is automatic. Put it on normal.
Normal.
Now you can push the test button. It doesn't simulate what you should be seeing on the PFD. In real life, it will show you all different little color squares, and then it's gonna give you an audio TCAS system test okay, and then you can push return.
Okay. And return.
So I'm not sure if the reason you don't see traffic is because on your provisionary panel right to your left side where you set up the altimeter setting, all of that, there's actually a button that says traffic. So I'm not sure if you have that off or on.
Yeah, I remember I pushed that, and as soon as I pushed that, I could see traffic. So.
That's probably what it was.
Where would it be at again?
It's right with the air data panel, revisionary panel on your left side, right below your air vent by the nose wheel steering, below the clock.
Oh, wait, oh, I see it. Yeah, traffic.
Yeah, so mess around with that button to see if you can see traffic. I typically fly with the traffic also. I haven't really tested it out.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's showing up on the PFD.
There we go. That's probably what the problem was.
Yeah, because I just couldn't see where he was. Like, we were just trying to eyeball it the whole time.
The radar terrain switch right next to traffic, you only push that to terrain in case you're flying, obviously, in mountainous area, but it should automatically be on weather.
So, I believe it's on weather. Let me test it and see. Yep, it's on weather.
Keep in mind, though, free airplane weather radar sucks. Even when you go through training and you get your certification on the airplane, the only way to learn how to use this is to go out there and fly for real. Because what happens is it confuses terrain with actual weather. So you need to learn by experience what a cloud is and what terrain actually is. You need to tweak with it.
Okay.
As far as the flight direct, the autopilot goes, what I always do is that long switch that says autopilot disconnect, I flip it on, off, and flip it back on because I don't like anything on my autopilot at all.
Yeah, it is not.
You see how your PDF says roll?
Yeah.
That's a big no-no. You don't want that on the CRJ ever.
What? Okay, so,
Yes. You never want to be on roll mode. Ever, ever, ever.
Whoa, what if it says roll pitch?
You don't want any of that. Roll and pitch are bad.
Well, then I'll be turning off the flight director.
Yeah, that's bad. If you ever don't roll or pitch mode, you know you did something wrong.
Alright.
Perfect. Okay, so now your speed bug needs to be, and this is a most, 200 knots.
200. Easy. Got it.
The reason being is climbing at V2 GA, and you need that nut to be on top of your speed. So as soon as you put the gear up, you call climb mode. So you pretty much push in the speed mode, and what that does is it syncs your speed to where you're actually at right now. You do not want that nut to be below the speed that you're at. You want it always to be above you, otherwise it's not going to sync. So, for example, what's V2 right now for you? 134?
Yeah, V2, yeah, 134.
Okay, so yeah, that's good. You always want that. The 200, you're always gonna have a 200. It's always gonna be above V2. That's why you want 200 there.
Okay.
So basically, as far as the autopilot goes, set the speed, set the heading to takeoff, set the altitude to initial altitude, and keep the flight director off. Because I will show you right before takeoff what you have to do, and it will flip it back on.
But
so
you
that's
said
it. That's pretty much it.
You said turn on the speed, turn on the heading for takeoff.
Yep, and the transfer switch XFR, make sure it's on your, pointing to your side. On the PDF, you're gonna see a little arrow on the top left. It's gotta be pointing to the guy that's flying the airplane. Not the speed switch. The transfer switch right next to the speed. To the left side of the speed. So there's a little arrow on your PDF. Make sure that arrow is pointing to the left side, which because you're flying. And make sure the speed lights are off.
So on the PDF, should be a little arrow. I don't see a little arrow. I mean, I see there's one on the bottom, but
On the blue side of your PDF, on the SkyPod, there's a little arrow.
oh yeah, I see it. It's pointing, yeah, but it's pointing to the other side though.
Yeah, so push the transfer switch again. XFR on the autopilot.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now it's back on my side.
And make sure the speed switch, both lights are extinguished.
All right, so speed,
So every
speed.
single light on the autopilot should be extinguished. Every single one of them.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Wait, Fishy, is that you right beside me?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, did you already go ahead and set the flight plan and stuff?
No, not yet.
Alright. Do some change your volume, turn you up a little bit. I can't even hear you. Alright, but is that it? Like, before you test anything else to get ready to go?
Show me your overhead panel, center console, just to make sure everything is set.
Alright, overhead.
And then I'll read you the checklist.
Center panel.
Okay, so fuel pumps there.
Yeah, fuel pumps.
Let's wait for this thing to show this overhead panel. Okay, so both switches you need to like zoom in because you need to make sure both switches are actually on at the inside the panel. Because I think the right one is off. Even though both say on, that's actually a normal logic on the airplane.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Both need to be pushing even though it both say on. That's just a logic thing. In real life, you would take both fingers, your thumb and your index finger, and just pretty much touch it to make sure they're both on.
Yeah, they're both pushing in.
Okay, yeah, make sure both are pushing. Okay, so for the checklist, engine start checklist, APU LCV,
On.
doors,
Closed.
beacon,
On.
fuel pumps,
On.
cockpit door lock secure.
Deny.
Alright, you're ready to do engine start and pushback.
Alright, so Fishy, we're taking off on runway 18 center, I believe. Let me check the winds just to make sure before we take off again. Yeah.
Just so you know, 8C is online though.
It's what on yours?
8C is online, like tower center.
Okay. Yeah, 130 Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep. So fetch from the server.
And it's really not a big deal. You update that actually on the taxi checklist.
Let me go ahead.
Because most of the time we guess on the runway, and once we start taxiing, they give us a different runway, so you just gotta update it.
Alright, let's see. They're saying that landing in depart. Oh no, actually we're departing on 36 left or 36 center. So let me go ahead and call them up.
Yeah, I'm actually not gonna fly in Blitzen just because my scenery is like incorrect as well.
No, dude, that doesn't matter. Like, All you have to do is tell me I have default scenery. I have like just updated default scenery.
Yeah, but when I spawned myself in next to you, I'm literally on the grass. So.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, don't worry about it. It's the same thing. Like, you should really want to fly on VATSIM, dude, because it's the same thing. Well, let me go ahead and call him up real quick. I need to mute my mic on here, because if I mute my mic... Actually, first thing I need to do...
Do they actually request, do you have to call them for push?
I'll show you.
Okay.
Microphone.
Because in real life, the reason I'm telling you about the runway is because you call for push, then you push, then you ask for taxi.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they'll ask you to push back, but since I'm the only one, they'll probably just say, you're clear for pushback or something.
American 1199, contact Memphis Center 133.65, have a great flight. American 33.65, thanks, situation.
Memphis Tower, AC 2451 with you with information. Golf, ready for pushback.
What's cool is Fisher is actually parked on the gate that we use in real life. I've been on that gate plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm not there right now. Like,
AC 2451, Memphis Tower. So did you get, did we give you a clearance?
No, sir, I don't have my clearance. I filed my flight plan, but I didn't get the clearance yet.
AC 2451, Roger. You are cleared to the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport via the BB King 4 departure. Currently transition as filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 3510 minutes after departure. Departure frequency Memphis Center 133.65. Squawk 1511.
Clear to Hartsfield-Jackson International as filed. Climb via the B King 4 Kermy SID. Maintain 5,000. Flight level 350. 10 minutes after departure. Park frequency with Memphis Center 133.65. Squawk 1511. AC 2451.
Center with you of 5,000. American 1199, you're still transmitting on tower, Memphis Center 133.65. Roger, thanks. AC 2451, back is correct. Push and start at your discretion. You can face south and only 36 Center. Thanks for information, Golf.
Runway 36 Center for departure. Pushback facing the south, and no problem. AC 2451. Alright, so squawk. Alright, you heard all that? Oh, Alex.
No, I didn't hear anything.
He basically muted, yes.
oh yeah, he probably muted on YouTube. Yeah, that makes sense. Duh. Well, yeah, I just got for clearance. Yeah, so I'm pushing back to the south, runway 34 Center. So I need to go ahead and change my SID. Yeah, squawk 1511. Already said that.
Did he give an initial altitude?
5,000.
Yeah, on the CRJ, that's gonna come quick.
Yeah. So I probably want to lower my climb, right?
Yeah, I'm based in Chicago, and it's always 5,000 initially, and so you just gotta be prepared. You're gonna be on climb mode, and as soon as you hit like 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet below, you already got to start pulling back on the thrust levers and start leveling up because it will come really quick. It can come up to you.
For takeoff, you don't have flight directors at all?
Oh yeah, yeah we do. The flight director on the CRJ period, it's not perfect. So typically, over time, you learn to fly the airplane and let the flight director follow you. You don't follow the flight director because he has a very slight lag that can get you in trouble.
Gotcha.
So most of the time, what I like to do is go raw. Flight director off, autopilot off, all the way to right below RV. VSM because you do need the autopilot on water VSM, but pretty much all the way to like above 18,000 feet. So you get used to what the airplane is capable of, basically.
I don't like that. Hopefully it tells me direct to stall or something. Well, actually no. That's direct to jacks.
You're doing the jacks departure?
We're doing the what's it called? Break BB King 4 departure. So
let's go to the departure arrival page.
Departure arrival departure. BB King 4. Current transition, and then I can't. Go ahead and get rid of that. Execute. That'll be easier on me.
You can always cancel mode, so you don't change anything.
King 4, Kermie, 36 center. Hopefully that worked.
Well, why are they using 36 center? Like, you never use that for departure.
I don't know. I mean, that's
Sometimes
usually.
it's the special.
Yeah. Well, they're all kids. We're all trying to learn. You already know. Make sure it's BB.
I guess 36 center is closer. I guess that's a good thing.
Oh, King 4, Kermie. Just want to make sure go off of 36 center. So 36 center. So I now I gotta change that heading all the way back, and we'll just go jacks, which is heading 30030. There you go. All right, so I think I'm ready for pushback. So, is there anything else that I need to go over, or?
You're good to go. Just let me know before you start the engines, because you need to go down. You're gonna have to use the chronometer, the actual clock. This airplane has a lot of limitations as far as starting goes. The engines.
Oh my god. So let me go ahead and start my flight for the ACAR system. Alright. Gotta get rid of that manager. Check this. I've been waiting for this all day. So 57. Alright, so I got a little bit. Go ahead and close that so I don't lag. And since GSX doesn't want to work, we're just gonna do a manual pushback. So parking brakes released, pushback. And alright, so how do I start the engines?
Alright, just let's make it easy. Just push back to where you need to be, and then we'll start the engines. How's that?
Alright.
And just for the hell of it, so you learn how to do it, let's do a single engine taxi.
Oh, cool. Alright, yeah, and that's not going to work, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and do our pushback. I'm going to change this to block spot. And now this plane is realistic enough so where if you start one engine, it will start rolling. That's how, like, it will start rolling. It's not like that with other add-ons, so.
It actually does happen in real life. If you get it going, I mean, once you stop, it will definitely start rolling. It has that much power. It has over 13,000 pounds of thrust. This is a very powerful airplane.
Alright.
CF-34s, man.
Alright, so now how are we going to do this? Start the engines.
Alright, so basically, you can crank the engines for 90 seconds, and if the engines don't start, if you have an issue, then you need a 10-second fresh start. So you need to wait 10 seconds. And you can do that twice. After the third time, you need 90 seconds on, 5 minutes off. So obviously you're probably not going to run through that problem. There's two different issues that you can run through when you're running an engine. Either hung start, which means the N2 is not going to go anywhere above probably 30-something%. It's just going to stay there. That's why it's called a hung start. If you don't do anything about it, the airplane automatically should shut down the engine. You don't want to trust that. So if you get that, you want to shut down the engine right away. If you introduce the fuel, of course. And the other issue that you can have is the ITT running on you. Again, the airplane should automatically do it, a shutdown for you, but you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you do it yourself.
Alright, so do I need to turn on the ignition, or?
So what you're gonna do now, ignition, that switch, again, only is used for wind shear and stuff like that, so that's a big misconception. So basically what you want to do is go to the overhead panel and push left engine start.
Alright, we'll look at the EGT rides and stuff. See if it rises.
Yeah. And make sure you time 90 seconds.
So I'm about 15.
So what I like to do is, don't introduce fuel don't introduce fuel at 20%. I like to give it a little more. The reason being is you're introducing air into the engine, so you want a cooler start to save the engine lifetime. So I like to do it between 34 and 35%.
Oh.
So push the red switch and then the actual thrust lever forward till it says fly idle.
So push the left switch up and then forward.
So go to the thrust levers. So push the red switch up and then click the actual thrust lever till it goes from shut off to fly idle.
Oh, okay, yeah, there it goes. Got one. Alright, so engine 1 started.
Okay.
Alright.
So
Oh, look at
you're
that.
watching your ITT, watching your oil pressure, and one rotation.
Alright, stabilized.
Okay, once it's stabilized, so now you have to do your flow. Okay, so before you start engine 2, you have to do a flow. Because remember, let's traxi on one engine.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Alright.
So there's two ways to do this. You can either do it with the APU on and the APU off. Let's make it easy and taxi with the APU on.
Okay.
Okay, so now what you want to do is the recirculating fan, turn it on. On the air conditioning page, yep. Recirculating fan, turn it on.
Alright.
Okay, so now the aft cargo air switch, you're gonna go to air, not condition air, but the middle position.
Wait, let me just go ahead and make sure. I just want to make sure. So, yeah, air. Okay.
Okay. Now, probes on.
Probes.
Okay, so the probes are on.
Okay.
And transponder 1.
Transponder 1. So it's transponder 1. How do you do that?
Just click it till it says 1. So basically go to the central pedestal.
Okay.
And you're gonna go where the transponder is.
Alright.
And you're gonna go left.
Leaving
Basically go down with the backup RTUS where it says standby.
1492, ready to copy.
Yeah.
IFR to Dallas.
Right next to where it says FMS tune inhibit, go left. So go to 1.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So basically that's turning on transponder to your side, so now you're legal to flying RVSM of what, 290.
Now, do I need to
American
switch
1492 Memphis Tower, good evening. Cleared at the Dallas Fort Worth International Airport via the Childer 3 departure. Transition then is filed. Maintain.
You actually always start engine 1 first.
On the CRJ, yes.
Departure.
And I will show you why in a minute.
do I need to switch this standby to on or SO off, or?
You mean the backup radio?
Yeah, I need to switch that to anything.
Just leave it on. Turn it on if you want. Okay, so here's the most important thing about single engine taxi. You're gonna go again to the hydraulics switches. You're gonna go again to your hydraulic pitch, and I will show you why this is important. And it's pretty cool.
Alright.
So one thing you gotta do is ED1 has your ICAS indication, and ED2 is always on status page. That page always has to be on status.
Runway 36 left day information Gulf current.
Okay, so hydraulic, perfect. So notice something. You see how in system 3 it says inboard brakes, and system 2 it says outboard brakes?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how you have pressure in system and inboard brakes?
Yeah, but not outboard.
Now outboard, why is that?
Oh, that's because we switched the hydraulics. Like when we tested it earlier, we switched on the hydraulics and then
No,
Italy
that's
pressure.
fine. But the problem is the right engine is off. That's why.
Oh,
Because the logic, you know how all the switches are on automatic except one?
yeah.
The logic says every time you're on automatic, it would transfer power to the engine. That's why it's not giving you anything. So since you're taxing with one engine, you want to turn on the electric pump. So go to all the way to electric pump 3B. I mean,
Okay.
sorry, 2B, my
2B.
bad. 2B.
Alright.
And turn that on.
Well, it only has 1, 3A, 3B, and 2.
Yeah, so go to there you go, that switch. Go 2B, go on.
Alright, go on. Okay.
So it's
Yeah,
the,
and I got
it's
that
the
PSA
second
is
switch
right.
from the right.
Yeah, PSA's rising.
Okay, hold on, let this thing catch up. There you go. So now you have inboards and outboard brakes for taxi. So now you can taxi with one engine.
Cool. So do I need to go ahead and call him up for taxi?
Well, before you do that, you gotta actually check your rudder. So go to flight controls, check your rudder.
Flight controls. Flight control. Full left. Full right.
And we're gonna do an after start checklist.
Full left. Full right. Alright. Gonna run that after start
Alright,
checklist. Packs. Left is on, right is off.
Aft cargo,
Air.
cowl anti-ice.
Cowl anti-ice. I believe it's on.
Should be off.
It should be off. Is it
Yeah.
that ice switch? Ice detection or?
So it's on the, it's right below, yeah, anti-ice, so the wings and cowl should be off, all of them.
Oh yeah, yeah, off.
So cowl's off.
Off.
Probes.
Probes on.
Hydraulic pump 2.
On.
Okay. APU.
On.
Electrics. That's another thing I forgot to tell you. Every time you change a generator, you have to go check the electrical pitch.
Oh, okay.
So every time you start an engine, every time you shut off at APU or you turn on the APU, you have to check the electric pitches. DC and AC.
DC and AC.
So go to electric, and if you push it twice, it's going to cycle between AC and DC.
Alright. Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, they're good.
So on the DC page, you're going to search all the TRUs are on.
Okay, so on.
So you got TRU 1, 2, essential TRUs, and essential TRU 1 and 2. They're all on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the electrics checked. Rudder.
Rudders checked.
And trim, green, and set to what?
Yeah, green and set to. Go ahead and check that. Green is set to 5.8.
Alright, ICAS checked.
Alright, checked.
Nose wheel steering. That should be on now.
Armed.
Because they technically already push you. Otherwise, in real life, and the simulator actually would turn, but in real life, the airplane would not turn.
Okay.
Okay, nose wheel steering, arm,
Armed.
transponder.
On.
Is it a 1 or 2?
Oh, 1.
And then you will go seat and shoulder harnesses on, and in real life, you will do what's called a fuel check valve, but don't worry about that. Okay, after start checks complete.
One question about the nose wheel steering part. Like, do you actually arm it for pushback or right after?
No. Okay, so let me explain to you, because here's...
Sound muted.
Go ahead and do that. Call taxi. Memphis Tower, AC 2451 with you. Rated taxi, runway 34 center.
AC 2451, runway 6 center, taxi via Juliet Romeo.
Taxi via Juliet Romeo, AC 2451.
Sound resumed.
So it's off. As soon as they're done pushing back and they're gone, you see them, you salute them, okay, they're gone, and you arm it.
Right.
If the nose is more than 8 degrees to either side and you arm it, it's going to give you a caution message that says it's steering up. And it's not going to work. They actually have to come back and fix it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I just got taxi clearance at Juliet Romeo. Or to 3-4 center?
You're good to go. You get lined up with the taxiway. I will show you how to start the right engine, set it up.
Alright.
So again, there are two ways to start the right engine, with APU, without APU. The company typically wants you to taxi with the APU off. In that case, you need to go to the ECS page, increase thrust on the left engine to make sure you have enough pressure, start engine 2. But screw that, who cares about the company? Let's do it with the APU, which is a lot easier.
Alright.
And Tower American 1492 is ready to taxi.
Alright, once you get it lined up, all you gotta do, same thing. Start right engine, just like
American 1492 runway 3 left, taxi via November, Mike 1 information, Gulf's current Memphis-Atlanta 3003.
Please take your seats.
Oh, sorry, I gotta turn down the guy on the inside because. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch on start for engine 2.
And same thing, 90 seconds. And as soon as you get about 23, 24, 25%, you can go ahead and introduce the fuel.
Alright, so before we get there, how's the takeoff procedure? Like, do I take off after you take off?
Let's go ahead and start the engine. Once we get the whole chart, you're gonna configure it for takeoff. Then I'm gonna walk you through it, and then hopefully you can remember the whole thing. There's a lot going on, but you'll be fine.
Okay. Set, click go. Alright. Both engines start. And one's rising for engine 2. I think there's a guy behind me, Zaxton, I believe. Nah, I'm all good.
AC 2451, sorry about this. Someone accidentally changed your squawk
Where's that
code.
actually at, like, volume function of that, and that you can control the volume, actual volume up?
You said 0702 for AC 2451?
Oh, you're flying express jet.
AC 2451, Roger 0702.
Squawk 0702, AC 2451.
Sound resumed.
Okay, so once your right engine is on, you're gonna do your taxi flow, and then your taxi checklist.
So let me go ahead and do this. Turn it on TeamSpeak. And AC 2451, we'll have to hold short here. Alright, Alex, so how do we do this?
Okay, so the hydraulic pump switch, go back to auto.
Alright, hydraulic pumps go back to auto. Okay.
Flaps 8.
Flaps 8.
Flight control check.
Slow down, cause
flight control status page and do a flight control check.
Full left, full right, full up, full down, full left, full right. Alright.
Alright, now go to APU and turn it off. And after you do that,
AC 2451, wind 130 at 4, RNAV to Jax, runway 36 center, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Jax, runway 34 center, clear for takeoff, AC 2451. Alright, so what do I need to do?
So the APU, you push the start-stop switch. Make sure you also push the fuel power switch, because otherwise the door on the APU is going to stay open. And if you go to the status page, it will tell you if the door is open or closed.
Alright,
yeah. Stay there, put the parking brake on.
Alright.
Alright, is the door closed? It's just on the status page. Just start on the status page.
Yeah, door's closed.
Okay. So the next thing you're gonna do is, let's see, go up to the overhead panel again.
Okay.
And go to the fuel panel. This is very important too.
Okay.
On the CRJ, you cannot take out for more than 300 pounds of difference between left tank and right tank. So in order to prevent that from happening, go to the fuel and then where it says X-Flow Auto Override, push that.
American
All right.
1492 wind,
Yeah,
130 at
now if you go to
4,
the start
arc
page,
to view,
it's gonna
runway
say manual
36 left, clear for
thrust
takeoff.
Okay.
Okay, so turn on all the landing lights, nose lights, strobe lights, and recon light off. I mean on.
Alright. And is that it or?
Just strobe. Yep, that's about it. Okay, so you got the. So I'm gonna read you before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Ignition is off, right? So
Off.
the continuous ignition is off. ICAS checked. So I see you have two caution messages. What is that?
It just says right window heat, or yeah, right window and windshield. Just turn those on real quick. Low.
It should be on low.
Yeah, it's on low.
Did it go away?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so ignition is off, ICAS checked and cleared. The way to clear the ICAS is by pushing the status page again, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna draw a square white box that says MSG.
Yep, MSGS, yeah.
Yeah, you wanna clear that, okay? You're gonna check your brake temperature.
Brake temp 0.
Yep. Flight director. Okay, so here's how you do this. You're gonna push the toga button on the thrust levers, the black one.
Okay. Got it.
And you see now on
American 1492, contact Memphis Center, good day.
It says TO.
Yeah.
Okay, so what that just did is
Over to center,
it's
thanks for
updated
help,
your
American
GPS position
1492.
to your runway, which is good, and it's giving you pretty much takeoff guidance now.
Okay.
So exterior, let's see, transponder,
On or 1.
fuel. Let's see, mid takeoff. Don't worry about that. Exterior lights,
On.
wing anti-ice is off,
Off.
and just waiting for runway alignment. And once you get to the runway align, just let me know.
Alright. Well, we're gonna probably go ahead and start saying it because I think there's traffic behind me or something. So, yeah.
Okay, so once you put the thrust, I'm gonna read set thrust. You're gonna say thrust set. Once the thrust is set, make sure you hear 2 clicks. You don't want to go to APR or auxiliary power supply. Sorry, reserve, because that's for emergency. So you want to make sure you are 2 clicks for takeoff, which is flex.
Okay.
You're gonna call out 80 knots, V1, rotate, V2, positive rate, gear up, in transfer, because you're gonna see the yellow square for transfer. As soon as you put the gear up, you're gonna hit speed mode, which is climb mode. As soon as you hit 400 feet AGL, you're gonna hit, in this case, nav mode.
Okay.
As soon as you hit 800 feet AGL, acceleration altitude, you're gonna buck the speed mode to 200 knots.
Alright. Alright, well here we go.
Alright.
Alright, 2 clicks set. Do I set?
Alright, set. Alright, thrust set.
$80 knots.
80 knots.
V1. Rotate. V2. Positive right. Gears going up.
Climb mode.
Climb mode. Speed.
And then right below your ground is gonna read out your AGL, your radar altimeter. So 400 feet, nav mode.
Nav mode. And then ATC is finna tell me something, so just stand by real quick.
AC 2051, contact Memphis Center, good day.
Over to Memphis Center, AC 2451. Have a good evening. 133.65. Alright.
Hey, to your right, taxi van, Hangar 6, Hotel 1.
Yeah, I'll pilot real quick. Alright, I'll pilot. Let me go ahead and contact him as well. Go ahead and put up flaps 1. Okay, let's contact him.
Make sure you buck 200 first before you retract the flaps.
200.
And so you want to start retracting the flaps after
American
VT,
1199,
which is the routine
contact
thing.
for Center on 135.75. Yeah. 35 over, forward to receive.
So I'm going to contact him. Memphis Center, AC 2451 with you, climbing through 3,400 for 5,000.
AC 2451, Memphis Center, evening. Radar contact, climb maintain 7,000.
Climb maintain 7,000, AC 2451. Alright.
7,000? What kind of shit is that?
Exactly. Like, I don't know what that is. Really?
Are you serious? 7,000?
Kids.
Yeah,
Alright.
they just think, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say.
Alright, so let's go ahead.
Alright, autopilot's on. All the flaps are up.
Alright, flaps up.
Okay, so climb mode. So go back to climb mode. Don't do it yet. After you get to 220 knots, you're gonna go back to climb mode.
Alright, so do I go back up to Toga or?
No, once you get to 220 knots, go back to climb mode. CLB. And you're gonna see that on 81.
Alright. So it's at 220 knots.
And then you can buck 250 if you want.
Yeah, I'll probably go maybe about 250. So buck 250, and after I hit 220 knots, do what?
Go back on the thrust levers to climb mode. And you're already on AUSCAP because this guy wants you to capture it, so just pretty much start leveling off. The autopilot's gonna do it for you, just watch your speed, that you don't go above 250.
Alright. So I'm in climb mode.
Well, you're gonna pretty much go to cruise mode now. They had to pull back because this guy make you level off at 7,000. And then once you take a breather, we can do the after takeoff checklist.
Let's go ahead and do after takeoff checklist now while he's doing his thing.
So go to the overhead panel.
Alright.
And shut off your fuel manual override.
Off.
Yep, turn that off. Then go to your air conditioning panel and turn your aft cargo air to condition air.
Condition. On.
And what that is turning on a heat on the cargo. Now go to your landing lights. Now your recall light. Go to left, nose, and right, and turn that off.
Left, nose, right, off.
Leave the recall light on, and you're only gonna turn that off once you reach 18,000 feet.
Okay.
And go to your thrust reversers on the center console and turn them off. Because you don't want that. You don't want that crap to swing on in midair and crash. So you want to turn that off.
And let me just recall him up and make sure it's 7,000. So.
Yeah.
Memphis Center AC 2451. You just want to make sure you said climb maintains 7,000.
AT 2451, 8, you can now climb 6,000.
Okay, climb maintain 16,000, AC 2451.
Give me a break.
Exact. What?
American 1492, climb maintain 16,000.
No, there's like nobody in the vicinity.
And scorching 0701.
There's like literally no one there.
There's nobody here.
They're trying to get something done because they're bored.
Alright, let me make sure. Well, actually, let's see. Does he have... No. He's fine. Alright, so...
Every time you change altitude, you always want to start with vertical speed mode.
Yeah, vertical speed. And then raise that up to about 2... I like 2,500.
That's fine.
American 1492, Memphis Center.
In real life, anything above 18,000 feet, as far as speed mode, which is called climb mode, the airplane is going to try to chase it down too much, and we don't really like to use it. So vertical speed is pretty much what we use in this airplane. But if you want to make your life easier on the flight sim, hit vertical speed, start climbing. As soon as you hit 250 knots, push the speed mode again, so it can hold 250 and climb at the same time.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just, once I get to up to 250, I'll set speed.
Yeah, just push speed.
But doesn't that make it
Makes
climb a
easier.
lot slower though, right?
Depends on where your power lever is, and you want your thrust levers to be on climb mode.
Okay. Wanna get the time? Alright, Bug, yeah, let me go ahead and make you a stream admin.
AC 2451, maintain flight level 350.
Climb maintain flight level 350, AC 2451. Alright, there you go, 350.
We have now
Alright, speed.
You may use your approved portable electronic device.
Once you get 10,000, just vertical speed, 1,000 feet, 800 feet, just accelerate, make it quick.
You said 1,800?
I usually, when I go above 10,000, I go to 1,000 feet per minute, accelerate. Once I reach 290, which is the profile speed, then push climb mode.
Alright, so I'll just go ahead and set above for 290. So I can accelerate.
You can do 290, you can do 320, either or. If you know, it depends how fast you want to go home.
Well, I'll do 290 because I'm gonna use this time wisely.
Yeah, that's 290 is what's written on the manual. That's what you really want to do.
Yeah. Usually I go about 315, but I'll just do 290 for right now.
Alright.
And we're going to 35.
Alright, so I have to take off checklist when you get a chance.
Alright, yeah, just go ahead and do it.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Up.
Fuel cross flow.
Delta
oh, yeah,
859.
APU and door.
Off.
Squawk.
And close.
And close.
Yeah.
Ignition.
Sorry, Delta 859, squawk
Half carburetor.
1532.
Condition.
Windshield heat.
On.
Low, right?
F low. Yeah.
Landing lights.
Off.
Thrust rating. Should be on climb.
Yep, climb.
Thrust reversers.
Off.
And pressurization, if you want to check that, and ICAS should be checked and clear. Just box the seatbelt sign and smoke inside again. With the status button.
Status.
Delta 209, standby, brake United 231.
Yep, no smoke.
Runway 2 right,
Yeah.
wind unavailable. Fly heading
Alright, I have to
at
take a check.
340, clear takeoff.
Once you get 20,000, we can go through the climb checklist.
Once we get over, what? 18,000?
18,000, we can do the climb checklist.
Alright.
Delta 209, runway 34 right, taxi via
You said we could do what?
Delta Charlie 4,
Once we get,
Charlie
to
Charlie
cruise,
8.
we can talk about approach and landing.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this thing. I've been waiting for this thing all day. It comes on in about a couple minutes.
Charlie 8, I believe.
Delta 209, Charlie 4, take on Charlie, and when you're on Charlie 8, just turn on to Charlie 8 for the runway.
And copy 209.
Alright, above 18,000 feet, set standard pressure.
Alright, recognition light comes off.
Off.
And pretty much what we're going to do is altimeter 2992 set and cross check.
Set and cross check.
26 miles
Extra lights are set.
west of the Magnolia View.
Style. Alright, and then we got a little bit before like everything else happens.
Delta 859.
Yeah. You're at, what is it? Check VMT, see how many minutes. You got 44? Is that what it shows? Can't quite see. 31 minutes. Oh, that's gonna go quick. 31 minutes? Yeah, that's gonna go quick.
Yeah.
Because that includes approach and landing. Eventually you're gonna be landing with 35, 55 pounds.
Yeah.
Anything pretty much below 2,000, you should start freaking out.
Oh, so that's like, uh-oh. Something's wrong.
Now 3,000, you're okay. Anything below that, eyebrows, 2,000, holy shit.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I guess right now we're just climbing.
Well, if you want, we can mess around with the FMS if you want.
Delta 1458, you're leaving my airspace, Kansas City's offline.
Hold on, I'll wait for this guy to stop talking.
Frequency change to advisory approved, have a great flight.
Door closed, alright. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and do what you said.
United 231 radar contact passing 4,500, climbing in at 15,000, fly heading 260.
Oh, there goes Fishy.
Is he actually doing the flight?
I'm not sure. He's not on VATSIM if he is.
Oh.
I mean, I hope he is, but, cause I mean, I tell you what, this video right here, man, crazy. I didn't even know it was like all that. Hey, I thought yesterday me prepping for about an hour just to get up in the air. I was like, this is crazy. But this took about an hour and a half.
I didn't even go through everything. I was just trying to be as quick as possible, just like we don't waste that much time.
Yeah, there goes Fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you doing the flight too? Like, just like in normal time or whatever?
I was going to, but then I just watched you doing the flow, just so I can learn the flow as well. And now I'm just like...
Delta 209, wind variable at 4, runway 34 right, fly runway heading for takeoff.
Alright.
Hey, copy, sir. Clear for departure, 34 right, runway heading for Delta 209.
This is a lot easier for me because, believe it or not, I'm helping you and you're helping me because I'm actually, as we speak, I'm prepping for my recurrent training. So teaching something is the best way to study something.
Nice. Can't wait. Oh, I wish, man. I just can't wait to be a pilot, dude. Just can't wait.
It's a curse and a nightmare at the same. It's a curse, nightmare, and a blessing at the same time.
Oh wait, one thing I didn't say, which is probably pointless. Weather.
Oh, another thing you need to do, by the way, that I just remember, update your perf init fuel.
Oh yeah, perf init fuel. Right now it says 3670, so it's plugged in 3670.
Whatever your ED1 is showing, your total fuel.
Alright, so...
That for American 1492.
36...
From 1492, welcome back, maintain flight level...
and that should update your time as well.
Time of it is still 31 minutes.
1492, maintain flight level 280.
How about if you change put your actual climbing winds.
Alright.
American 1492, when able, confirm squawking at 0701. 0701 on the spot.
Remember for that progress page and then go to second page.
Hold on, somebody asked me a question. I'm gonna be landing on 26 right because that's closest.
Delta 859, contact West Center on 135.75. See ya.
Okay, so let's see. Current winds are. Alright, so I need to go to VNAV. Oh no, I'm perf in it. Yeah, perf in it. Current winds.
Delta 859, contact Fort Worth Center on 135.75.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, because that's what it was originally, but
Remember,
now.
the airplane, it's all about garbage in, garbage out. You give it something wrong, it will give you something wrong. It just doesn't know any better.
Delta 209, radar contact passing at 4,500. Fly maintain at 15000. Fly heading
I check your landing field.
240.
Aggression.
Now you want to get in depth, go to the FMS.
Alright. You said go where?
And go to, open the FMS and go to MFD data.
MFD data. Oh, there you go.
Actually, yeah.
FedEx 122 heavy.
Well, it still says 0.
2000.
I know, but I gotta, see, now open your MFD. Once you open MFD
FedEx
data,
122 heavy. Center radar
let's see what we got here. So it tells you what your fuel is gonna be at every single point, waypoint.
I maintain at 16,000.
And let's see.
16,000 direct or the FedEx 122 heavy.
Go to your FO MFD window. And what's the landing fuel on that thing?
Let me do this. 54 panel. Alright.
Delta 209, fly head 270.
It says 31,100 pounds.
Oh, you're plenty good.
Alright.
You still have, like, if you look at your MFD data, you still have 1,650 pounds of reserve fuel.
United 231,
that's plenty of fuel for 45 minutes extra.
Yeah, that's why I said about 40 minutes extra.
Yeah, you're good.
Alright, so now do I need to increase because VNAV? Actually, let me go ahead and reset the winds.
Every time you get to AUSCAV, you gotta call it out.
Southwest 38, and you're leaving
now
my
you can reset your actual go
radar says return reference to change to advisory crew, enjoy flight
79, which is one of the best profiles.
Have a great day.
And you're getting pretty close.
Southwest 3810.
And here's where you're gonna get in trouble. And I will tell you in a minute where you're gonna get in trouble. And that's not your fault. That's just the airplane's fault, the way Aerosoft built the airplane.
Hello again from the flight.
Oh, 24 minutes, look at that.
Start cruising up.
Oh, I need to set my, I need to set the anti-ice.
Good afternoon, Memphis Tower, that's November 5543.
Oh, you're fine. You're on the anti-ice.
Well, it's negative 19.
Nashville.
Yeah, but you don't have any visual motion, but...
Oh,
Cessna
yeah.
5543 Bravo.
If you're flying in the clouds, at negative 19, you're fine. If you're negative 19 in the clouds, you turn the anti-ice on. Anything above the 40 degrees Celsius, negative 40, you don't even need it because it's too cold. But no matter what the temperature, you see right now, where it says TA, it's negative 44C. You see that?
Yeah.
That's what you're looking at. You don't care about negative 19. That's useless. You're looking at negative 44. So even if you were in the clouds right now, you don't need the anti-ice. It's just too cold.
Well, anti-ice is like, it makes it so it doesn't like ice up, right?
Yeah, but anything above, anything below negative 40 degrees Celsius is too cold to ice up. So you don't even need it.
So you said anything above negative 40, negative 40?
So right now you're on negative 44C, right?
Yeah.
But you have no clouds around you. You're not flying through clouds. So even if you were flying through clouds right now, you don't need it because you're below negative 40 degrees. Anything below that, the air, it's not going to freeze. It's just too cold. The ice particles will actually stick to the airplane.
Okay, so when do you really need to turn it on though?
Between less than 10 degrees Celsius and negative 40 degrees Celsius in visible moisture. The wings. I'm sorry, the cowls. The wings, you only turn on the wings anytime you're in visible moisture below 5 degrees and pretty much if you get an ice caution message. It's a limitation on the airplane.
Okay, so if it's
Also,
below, so I would turn on.
anytime, let's say, okay, so let's say you're in approach and landing, right?
Yeah.
And there's also a speed limitation. Anytime you're below 230 knots and you're going through visible moisture and the temperature is between less than 10 degrees Celsius and negative 40 degrees Celsius, you need both wings and cowls. If you're flying above 230 knots and the temperature range is the same, you only need the cowls because you're going too fast. Collect any isolated wings. So, if you're going in approach and landing, you're going to need the wings for that. If you're flying right now where you are right now, you don't need anything because you're not going through clouds. If you would all of a sudden pop through clouds, you still don't need it because you are negative 44 C. If you were, let's say, for example, negative 35 C, you need the cowls. That's fine. If you get an ice caution message, then you put the wings on. Otherwise, you leave the wings off, basically.
So you don't really ever have to turn on the anti-ice for the engines.
Not really, unless you're going through visible moisture between less than 10 degrees Celsius and negative 40 degrees Celsius. So anytime you're not in visible moisture, there's no rain, no clouds, no fog, you don't need it.
Well, look at that. I learn something new every day.
Okay. There you go. So now, here's what the problem you're gonna run into. So you see how you're doing the star that says 280 and 12,000 above?
Yeah.
There's no way to pause this, right? This is real time?
Oh yeah, this is real time. Oh wait, you can pause it.
Okay. Yeah, it would be nice because I could show you something that you're gonna run into trouble right now because this is something Aerosoft did not simulate, which they should.
I'm lowering. I'm over speed, so I'm lowering this down real quick.
AC 2451 to the airspace on the sun's line, radar 7 cruise change to advisor cruising to the rest of flight.
Over in comma 122.8, AC 2451. Yeah, good evening. Alright. Alright, I'm good now.
Alright, so if you go to the FMS.
Alright.
And also open the FMS and open the PDF page. Oh, the PFD, Plummeted Flight Display, sorry.
Alright, so FMS, flight display. Okay.
Alright, so let's make sure I can see both here, so I can see what you're doing. And on the FMS, go to direct intercept page.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. Just wait for this thing. Okay, I see it now. Let's see. Okay, so you see how you have to cross. What's up? Waypoint call. I can't really see it.
Stowell at 12,000 and above.
Okay, so you see how it says 12,000 and above. On the direct intercept page, it's giving you two readings. It says 15,000 in green, and it's giving you 2,000 in blue, and a 2.2 degree angle. You see that?
Yeah.
Now, here's what the problem is. That green reading should not say 15,000. That's completely wrong. That should say 12,000 because that's the restriction. And the blue reading tells you what the advisory message is for your descent rate. So if you do 2,000 feet a minute, you're gonna hit that point exactly at 12,000 and above. That's why it says 12 and above.
Okay.
So the problem is if you do 2,000 feet a minute right now, you're not gonna get to that point at 12,000. You're gonna get to that point at 15,000, which right now is not a big deal because once you fly above 12,000, you're fine. So this is what I would do if I were you. I will put on my vertical speed 12,000, and I will put 2,200 feet a minute or 2,100 feet a minute. But probably you want more than that because that's calculating it for 15,000, not 12,000.
Alright, let me do this real quick though, because is it misapproach?
Start descending. Put 280 knots on the speed because that's a restriction. Put 12,000 and descend about, I would say, 2,300 feet a minute. And just look at your banana bar on the MFD.
So 12,220 feet a minute. Or you said 2.
We have now commenced our descent into our
We'll see what happens. Just go to 2,200 feet a minute, 280 knots, put 12,000, and let's see where the banana bar lands at, which is that purple magenta bar that shows up.
Oh, that's what it's called. Yeah, I just say the arc. Is what
Yeah, you can say the arc. We call it the banana bar, but you can call it arc. It's fine. So now make sure that arc is beyond 12,000, because obviously you don't want to cross that point. I mean, right now, if you're fine, if you put 12,000 on there, if you cross 12, if you land, level off at 12,000, you'll be fine. You're not gonna break any rules. But what I like to do is I like to put that banana bar a little past beyond 12,000, just a little bit, not much.
Yeah, but I don't even see it though.
Well, that means you need to descend more than.
Yeah.
And the reason being is you'll be legal for that waypoint, but the next one you're not gonna be legal for, because the next one I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely gonna be less than 12,000.
The one after 12,000, it's 12,000 for a little bit, so.
Okay, so then what you can do is pretty easy. This approach, this star looks pretty easy. Just level up to 12,000.
Alright. There goes the banana boat right there. Yeah, but I need to, let's see, I don't want to descend too much though, like 3,000 feet per minute. Wouldn't you guys get kicked out for that?
No, that's too much. Typically, I don't like to go anything above 2,500 feet a minute, basically.
Yeah.
That's pretty comfortable for the passengers. That's why you have to really plan your descent. Right now, you're doing fine. I mean, you're at 31,000 feet. You need to get to 12,000. Let's see what you have going on right now. You got about 29. Just do 3,000 feet a minute. And make sure you're 280. Yep, that's fine. But also, you got to make sure, like, you need to worry about more about your license than the passenger. So if you're getting behind, either A, you talk to the ATC and you tell them you're not going to make the restriction, or B, you hustle your ass down.
I'll probably hustle.
Yeah, right now you need to hustle.
Yeah, I mean, but usually for me, like, my hustle would be, I would bring my throttles back so I could not drop in speed, but slow it, like, increase its descent rate by the speed.
Go to idle and put that banana bar right at the waypoint.
Yeah, there you go. That's usually what I want to do, but I also don't want to fall too short.
Of course, but it's fine because you're gonna level up at 2,000. You're not gonna break any rules. However, this is what you should be doing right now. Set up for the approach. Set up and review. So basically, we gotta do a descent checklist. You're gonna set up the radio frequencies for the runway you're gonna land on. In real life, the course will be set automatically, but in this airplane, I noticed that it doesn't. So you actually need to set the course. I don't think you need to set the course right now. I think you need to do it when you get closer, once you go to green needles, because you're gonna land on green needles, not white needles.
I forgot where it was.
Yeah, don't worry about the course right now. All you gotta do right now is, once you reach 18,000 feet, turn the recoil lights on and put the frequency on your radios for landing.
Alright. And there you go. You see the banana boat, how it's going to pass, about 12,000. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the speed.
The banana bar is actually perfect. Perfect. The banana bar is what it needs to be.
Alright.
Is it common though you level off in the middle of your descent?
I'm sorry?
Like, I've heard people saying that some airlines want you to use like a continuous descent. Like you don't actually level off during your descent.
It's a technique. It's not required. I do that. So what I typically do in real life is I put the bottom altitude, and then I calculate it in my head what the speed I need to be, double checking with a direct intercept page. That means I keep a constant descent. Some pilots like to go down, level off, go down, level off. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, nobody's gonna yell at you for that. But it's not the most, per se, correct technique to do it. It's just not comfortable for the passengers, basically. Yeah. So pretty much set your frequencies, set your speeds, and we will worry about the course later.
Alright, so frequencies. I lost a banana boat, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you're actually going to level up before your first waypoint, so you don't even have to descend that quick. You can actually go ahead and go back to 2,000 feet a minute.
Yeah.
Once you get to 18,000, we can do a descent checklist.
I usually don't like to like level off before, like a little bit before, because I know when I descend down, sometimes I usually get it like right before.
Oh, that's fine. Then make sure the banana bar is beyond the waypoint then, and make sure that your altitude that you set on the autopilot is below 12,000. In this case, it's just not a good idea. You have 2 waypoints that require 12,000. So the best thing you can do in this start, just level off at 12,000. Atlanta is well known for having really weird stars. So.
Oh yeah, I live here. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I have a few friends in Atlanta that fly with me. So Atlanta, you gotta be, and I fly to Atlanta all the time. So the best thing you can do right now is make it so you level off at 12,000 at your first waypoint.
Alright.
You know what Beach City is?
Yeah, Peachtree City.
Yeah, that's where my friend lives. It's a pretty cool town. I've been there a bunch.
Oh yeah, yo, I live about 30 minutes out from the airport.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I live down in Florida. I live in Miami, but I go there a lot to see my friend.
Alright, so 18,000 feet, we can go ahead and turn on the recog lights.
Yep, there you go. Recog lights on.
Seatbelts.
Watch your speed.
Increase that speed.
So altimeter setting is set. Speeds are set.
Altimeter is 3005.
Now this is the point where you're gonna go ahead and, I mean, I'm not saying you to do it, but this is the point where you would brief the approach, brief what you're gonna do, and we'll get everything set up, and then we'll do the checklist once you're ready. Set your MDA.
Alright, so
if the weather conditions at destinations are above IFR, you don't need to set up an MDA. But if they're, IFR, you need to set up an MDA.
Where I can't actually see that in the air.
On the right below the down source panel, right, with it's called the air data panel. Basically, it says DH and MDA. The difference is DH is RA, radar altimeter. MDA is MSA. If you're doing a Cat 2 approach or a Cat 1 approach, you need to set up DH. Most approaches just set up the MDA, and you just pretty much look at your approach plate and round up to the nearest 100. That's basically what you do. So let me look up, I'm going to pull on my company charts here, and I'm going to pull up the runway that you're going to land on. Atlanta, right? What runway is it?
26 right, because that's the closest that we're on to right now. 26 right is the outer runway.
Okay, so give me a second, let me put it up. 26 right?
Yeah, 26 right.
Okay.
I know off the top of my head. I know the course off the top of my head is 275. I don't know that off the top of my head.
Okay, so if you want, I can brief this for you as you descending.
Okay.
So we're expecting 26 right ILS localizer 110.1 on the radio. You have it set up?
Yeah, 110. I have it on the radio on the FMC. Yeah, for nav 1.
Okay, so is it active?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a 3100 MSA. We have Zelo at 5,000, Haynes at 5,000, Bamboo at 4,000, RJ 2,700. That's your final approach course down to a touchdown zone of 996 feet. We're gonna have a poppy on the left, muzzle lighting system, and your MDA is gonna be 1190.
Wait, your MDA is 1190. That would be.
So you will set that up on the revisionary, right on top of the revisionary panel, house cap.
So, they set that to 1190.
Yep, 1190. So 26 left, right? Is that what we're talking about? 26 left?
Yeah.
It's 9999 feet long. You have plenty of runway. You can exit on Echo 3, Echo 5. I don't know which gate you're gonna park on, but that's what we're gonna expect on. If you do go around, if you have a misapproach, you're gonna climb to 1,400 feet left, then climbing right turn to 3,500 feet outbound on the VOR 005 radio to the Troy intersection, which is 15 nautical miles from Atlanta, and we're gonna hold there. If everything works fine, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna park on the gate. We got plenty of runway. We don't have to worry about any wet conditions on the runway. Everything is looking fine, so it should be a straight up approach.
All right. Hopefully I grease this landing because
it's very hard to grease the landing on the CRJ, so don't feel bad.
I mean, last night I had negative 104, I think.
Nah, you don't even calculate that in real life. As long as you hit the fucking touchdown zone and you don't scare anybody, you'll be fine.
I heard a good landing is where you can go and actually walk out of the airplane. And bait landing is where you touch down your life and you can use the airplane again.
That's right. Center line, touchdown zone. Who cares about what the passengers say? As long as you didn't break the airplane, you're fine. You know, plenty of times I greased the landing on the CRJ and I'm thinking to myself, damn, I did good. Like, wow, I'm proud of myself. Then I go to like sit at the cockpit door to say bye to the passengers. They don't even say thank you or good job. So after a while I'm like, nah, whatever, screw you guys, I don't care.
That's how it is though. Like, you make the best landing of your life, who cares? They got there. That's all they care about.
You have it to yourself. I mean, you have it to yourself. The captain is part of you, or the FO or whatever. And who cares about the passengers? Because at the end of the day, man, they really don't know what the hell is going on. You can have like turbulence, winds, wind shear, and you fight your ass off to the ground. I mean, you did a great landing. I mean, you fire yourself, and all they're gonna do is say to you, "Oh my God, that was a scary landing," but you really did great.
Yeah. Life of a pilot. There it goes.
Yeah, you stop caring after a while. Alright, so it looks like you have it fixed as calling 290, 12,000, and then 280 and 12,000, right?
Yeah, it's just 280 until
so
Hog, yeah. Actually, until Kaloid, yeah.
Let me tell you something right now. Even if you fly that next fix at 290, even though it says 280, they won't even notice. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying they don't even notice. So it's not the end of the world.
Well, isn't it the goal to always try to get to the ground as fast as possible, like on approach, so you can cut down your time?
What I always do is I ask them, like, do you want me to comply with the speeds? Most of the time, they will say, don't worry about it. Just go as fast as you want. However, there are some times where you can travel with a bunch of traffic and they do want you to go like spot on the speed. Like I said, 85% of the time, they don't care. They just say, comply with the altitudes, don't worry about the speeds.
Wait, does ATC say that, or does like the captain say that?
ATC, yeah. I would say, hey, let's say Atlanta Center, envoy 3365. Hey, question, we're just wondering, can we just comply with the altitudes and not the speeds? And they'll be like, yeah, don't worry about the speeds, it's fine. I'll be like, okay, no big deal.
What? That actually happens?
Oh yeah, but you have to ask them though. You gotta ask them, hey, and sometimes I had one time where like, the ATC guy screwed up and there was no way, how we were doing the direct intercept page and you said, well, there's no way we're gonna make it. So yeah. I said, hey, yeah, I was like, O'Hare Center, like Chicago Center, envoy 3365. I don't think, we're gonna make that restriction. And they go like, oh, don't worry about it. Just try to make it down as fast as you can. So like, okay. So they're human beings, man. They're like, it's not like robots. Like you have to make the altitude. Like you just gotta talk to them. You just gotta let them know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's not like that on VATSIM. Not even.
Because they don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, these guys are not. They really don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, so you ain't gonna pass the altitude at 12,000? All right, well, we're signing off. They go crazy.
Yeah. It's not like that. It's not even close. Like even at 250 knots below 10,000, man, I cannot tell you how many times I've been at 260 and 270 and they just don't give a shit.
See, I asked a couple pilots that I know that's in my virtual airline. I was like, does 250 at 10,000 matter? They said it matters, like FAA wise, like on your flight report, it matters. I was like, but I be seeing people going like 300 knots at like 9,000.
Well,
like
300 knots is too much. 300 knots, I would say that's too much. Now, I've never done it. I've been above. I mean, I've been all around 260, 270 sometimes. They don't care. Now, you do want to try to make it 250. I mean, you do. However, you can be 10 knots over it and you will be fine. I promise. They do not care. In Chicago, especially, anything even above 10,000 feet, you cannot exceed 250 knots unless they tell you to. So you got to read your charts. In Chicago, about 10,000 feet, some people will be like, oh, hell yeah, I can go about 250. Oh, no, you get in trouble. However, 260 is all right. Because remember, ground speed, that's all they see. Ground speed, the winds. Let's just look at what ground speed looks like across all the traffic around you. Most of the time, they're too busy to care. But you still got to try to aim for it, though.
Yeah.
On the display, do you actually see your minimums?
I'm sorry?
Like, where on the display do you see your minimums? Your MDA?
Your MDA, it will tell you. It will call it out. It should be on the right below the ground on the PFD.
Wait, you actually have to set it up, right? Like,
yeah, you do have to set it up, the MDA, yeah. And it would say approach minimums. One thing is, like, I think you need to start descending though. I don't know what you have to do. You're 12,000, right?
Yeah, it's 12,000 until I get over to Kaloid, and Kaloid's right there.
I'm not saying that you're doing anything wrong. I don't have the chart in front of me, so I don't know what you're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah, it's all good. Now, but see, I do have a question. Holding this altitude for a long time, does it really matter? Yeah, that's what I thought.
What? You're fine. I mean, one thing you gotta remember now for approach. I said let's talk about approach once we start descending. 230 for flaps 1, 230 flaps 8, 185 knots. I mean, same thing for flaps 8 and flaps 20 have the same speed. So basically, you can go all the way to flaps 30 as for flaps 1 and 8 and 20. Once you start getting to the range of flaps 30 and 45, flaps 30 is 185 knots. And flaps 45 is 170 knots. So, once you start the approach and you're below 230 knots, it's not a bad idea to start configuring and set up the flaps 1, which all you're doing is set up the slats, not the flaps, the slats. That's flaps 1. Flaps 8 will dump down the flaps. Flaps 20 will do the flaps even more. So that's about 100. That's below 230 knots. Once you get miles from the final approach fix, you want to drop your gear and put the buck to 160 knots. At that point, you're below 170, so you can go ahead and set flaps 30. And even if you want, you can go ahead and set flaps 45. So, 2 miles before the final approach fix, you want to be at flaps 20 and gear down. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Usually what I do is, after I set my gear down, I go to like flaps 20, pretty much. I'm like, gear down, flaps 20.
You always want to set up flaps 20 before the gear, always.
Okay. So you want to set your flaps before the gear, or is that just for CRJ?
Flaps 20. Just flaps 20.
Because I know in the 730, like in the 737, I'll be at flaps 10, then I'll set gear down. Then while the gear's going down, I'll set flaps 15.
You're not gonna kill anybody if you do like gear down and then flaps 20. That's not what I'm trying to say. But the airplane, fuel-wise, comfortable-wise for the passengers, you always want to get the airplane pretty much set up at flaps 20 before you drop the gear. If you set flaps 20 at 220 knots, you will be fine. You're not gonna break anything, but it's gonna be very, very uncomfortable for the passengers. It's gonna make a lot of noise, and the airplane is gonna jerk forward a lot. So typically, I like to put my flaps 20 below 200 knots, and then drop the gear for passenger comfort. Because flaps 20 is pretty heavy when it comes to this airplane. So if you go too fast, it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Is that something that they teach you in training, or is just that like a experience type
That's
thing?
That's something you learn with experience on the line. But in training, however, they do want you to put flaps 20 before the gear. They do want you to do that.
Okay.
Now, another thing you cannot do in this airplane that I'm noticing right now, you're getting close. You cannot sequence the approach, which it just pisses me off. So you're gonna have to switch to green needles and heading mode pretty soon here.
Oh yeah.
I cannot explain to you what sequence the approach is if the information doesn't simulate it, because I cannot show it to you.
Let's switch over to heading, so I can maintain heading 094, because that's just the track. So I have enough time to turn around and stuff.
Landing. Please turn off all portable electronic devices.
You don't even have to do the heading. All you gotta do is push the center knob on the heading selector, and it will line up the heading knob. So right now you probably need to be descending to 4,000 feet. Okay, so 10,000, watch your speed.
Yeah, I'm trying to lower it down now.
Yeah, you can drop the spoilers, idle.
Idle spoilers.
And bug. I would say right now I would bug about 210 knots. That's what I would do.
Alright.
That way you're below flaps extension speed, so you can start configuring. Now these are not quite spoilers. In the CRJ they're different. They will make you descend faster, but they don't necessarily help you slow down. So the most important tool to slow down the CRJ is pretty much lower your descent rate. Sometimes, even though you gotta get down, the best way to slow down and get down is to like actually level off.
What about half? That's all I need, about half. I can go ahead and get rid of this. I don't really need that out no more. Go ahead and announce it on VATSIM. Tail traffic on localizer 26 right, but just so I can know.
Are you you're still in FMS mode. Go line up the heading knob and go in heading mode.
Alright. Heading.
Now go to green needles.
Which is
on your nav source.
Nav source, green needles.
And then adjust your course on the autopilot to 275 degrees.
Yeah, I already got that.
Okay. Okay, so your green needles, 275. Beautiful. Okay. And you're descending to 4,000. Okay, so now you can start turning your base and final. Once you're below 230, you can go ahead and set up flaps 1 and 8 if you want.
Flaps 1.
Once the flaps are set to 1, which the slats are extended, you can go ahead and set flaps 8.
Alright. Flaps 8. We're going to hold here at about 5,000 feet, because that's what ATC would usually tell me. Hold about 5,000. So.
Yep. So yeah, flaps 8, 5,000 feet. That will keep your nose in a decent angle for passenger comfort. Clear for the approach. You can set up your landing lights, wings on. Once you're clear to land, you can set the nose light on.
So like left and right can go ahead and go on?
If you're clear for the approach, yes.
Yeah, I'll be clear. I'm just going to announce it on VATSIM.
Yeah. Once you're clear to land, yeah, you can set the nose light on.
So I always thought that nose, like if the nose was up, I would just set more flaps because I don't want it to be like my nose is high pitched.
For the flaps, let's see. If you are in this airplane, if you're below 230, it's a good idea to set it up a flaps 8. If you set up right now, what's your speed? Sorry, I'm trying to see what your speed is right now.
I'm going back up. Yeah, I'm going back up to about 220, just about.
Okay, if you're above 200 knots, just keep it at flaps 8. If you're below 200 knots, you can go ahead and set flaps 20.
Alright.
And again, that's a noise, comfort, and just airplane feel comfort in general.
I have some traffic. He said he was going on 27 left, but it shows that he's more going on a 26 right. So.
Did he clear for the approach?
Well, yeah, he announced he said ATL traffic on localizer for 27 left, but.
Okay, then push approach mode.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's lower lined up on 26 right though.
So it hasn't cleared for the approach yet.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and lower my vertical speed back down.
Well, glide slope is captured already.
Oh, so can I just turn that off then, or?
No, wait, no. Glide slope is captured. You're in roll mode. You should not be in roll mode. So push approach mode again.
Approach mode. Oh, yep, there he goes.
And I don't know if Aerosoft fixed the issue, but you should be in approach mode and the airplane should be following the localizer and glide slope all the way down as we speak.
Yeah, it's lining up a localizer and a glide slope. Yeah.
Is it actually following it?
Yeah, it's following it enough where I can make a correction if I have to. I don't know if I'm too high or not.
Okay, so now slow down to 160.
Alright, so 160, I gotta set that bug. 160.
And once you get to 160, I mean, anything below 220 knots, you can extend the gear.
Anything below 220?
Yeah, you can extend the gear.
Alright, so gear down.
Are you flaps 20 already?
Oh, no, I'm not flaps 20 just yet.
No, that's fine, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Flaps 20 below 200.
Alright, flaps 20 below 200.
I mean, you're still kind of far from the final approach fix, but it's really not the end of the world to configure too far.
Yeah, I usually when it's set gear down, so I get to about like the waypoint right above it.
2 miles before the final approach fix. Not a big deal. Gears down, flaps 20, 160. Not a big deal. Now, glide slope is captured, so you can go ahead and set a miss approach altitude, which is 3,500.
Okay, so 3,500.
And make sure your heading bug is center.
Yep, sync heading. Alright.
What waypoint are you approaching? I can't really see.
I'm going to AJ.
Okay, AJ.
Yeah, I'm going to be too high because that's 2,700. And I can already see the lights on the left. It's 2 whites. Excuse me, 4 whites. 4 whites. So.
Okay, so you're high. Okay, so let's go ahead and slow down all the way to V approach plus 5. So put that heading knob, the speed knob right on top of the approach mode.
Alright.
So don't worry about V1. All you gotta worry about is 2 and VR right now. So put that heading speed knob right on top of VR. Now you're below 185 right now, so set flaps 30.
Alright, flaps 30.
And below 170, flaps 45.
Yeah,
and put that knob the approach plus 5, which is that knob exactly right on top of VR. And let me know when you get stable.
Alright, I'm not on the glide slope yet, so I'm trying to see if I can. Because my nose is still down just a little bit, so I'm trying to
That's
stable
fine.
on it.
That's fine. V approach plus 5. Watch your speed. Just make sure you keep V approach plus 5. Flaps 45. Spoilers are retracted. They are reverse thrusters. Don't forget about that.
Oh, yes, sir. Armed. Alright.
Okay, so let me know when you configure.
No, I'm configured. You can go ahead and run the checklist.
Okay, before I check this, landing gear is triggering.
Pretty green.
Thrust reverses armed.
Armed.
Flight spoilers retracted.
Retracted.
Flaps set 45 degrees.
Flaps 45.
Ignition is off before landing checks complete.
Alright.
500.
Still too high. Way too high, but...
There, you're fine. Autopilot off.
Yeah, autopilot, so I'm manually flying it.
There you go.
300.
Just keep that nose coming down.
Oh, sync rate.
200.
Yeah, you should not go up above 1,000 feet a minute, but that's okay. You're high. It's a flight simulator. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I might have to go around.
Are you gonna go around?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go around.
Okay. Set thrust flaps 8. So go all the way to take off thrust.
Too low. Gear.
Toga?
Too low. Gear.
Toga, and then positive rate, gear up, flaps 8.
Too low.
Alright, gears up, flaps 8.
Climb
Too
mode.
low. Gear.
Climb.
Too low. Gear. Too low. Terrain.
And make sure you push the toga button on your thrust levers, so the airplane knows that you're going around.
Alright, go around. There you go. Alright. So what do I say? Heading? 275.
Yep.
Altitude. Actually, new vertical speed altitude. Altitude capture. Flaps 8. Actually, flaps are at flaps 1. So flaps 8.
Pretty much like a takeoff. Deconfigure. Once you get to 220, climb mode, ALS cap, you know, all the above.
Alright, 220. I think I said 220. Alright.
Alright, just do pretty much everything you do on takeoff. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. Alright, so...
Yeah, this plane is pretty fast.
Well, it's not really that. It's like, that's why I wanted to set,
It just works different than the 737.
yeah. Oh, I didn't even set autopilot. That's why it's tripping. So it will go to about 4,000 feet. No, the thing is, that's why I wanted to control it myself, because they didn't fix that like capturing glass slope and stuff yet.
Yeah, true. It like captures too high for some reason.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to set it myself.
And try to actually fly here. So yeah. I did the same in Munich hours ago.
Man, well, go around it is. F6. Or
At
is
least
that a
I
function?
know what to do to go around as well.
Yep.
Getting this live stream as full tutorial. Dude.
I am giving a tutorial, aren't I? Jesus.
Someone's asking you if you have Active Sky 16.
Oh, no, I have Active Sky next, everybody. It's Active Sky
They're asking as
next.
well if you're playing with Obama. Apparently, Alex sounds like Obama.
I don't even think he sounds like Obama, but okay.
Maybe through the stream he does. The stream sounds a little bit different.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright. So, we're doing pretty good right now. I'm going about 240 knots. Let's go back down to 4,000 feet.
After takeoff checklist.
Alright, after takeoff checklist, gears up, flaps are up, speed about 240, altitude, and autopilot is engaged.
And you in climb mode?
Up, manual climb mode.
Okay. And don't worry about the air conditioning, all that crap. I mean, you just to go around. I'm glad you did the go around, so you know what procedure is like.
Yeah, I was too high. So next time I'm gonna actually do it myself. So.
Yeah. So I mean, I know it's kind of hard to walk you through and do it at the same time.
Yeah. But that's why I didn't want to trust. I didn't want to trust Aerosoft, because I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be fixed yet. I had a feeling.
Yeah, and their manuals, I read the manuals, they're useless. I mean, you don't want to, yeah.
Yeah.
pretty much yesterday, I was like, when the airplane came out, I was kind of curious about people doing tutorials, because, not gonna lie, I was bored as hell. So I was like, let me see who's doing tutorials, see how close they're getting with the manuals, because I didn't even want to bother reading the manuals. And then I saw you reading, I'm like, okay, that's what Aerosoft is doing. But, that's why I contacted you. I'm like,
It teaches me how it actually works, not some fake actual.
I have a lot of respect for this airplane, lots of it. This airplane made me really respect it, and it would be nice for people to fly this airplane the way it's supposed to fly, to give it enough respect to fly this airplane the way it's supposed to be, not the way Aerosoft wants you to fly.
Yeah.
I think it's a crime to fly this airplane wrong, but that's just my opinion.
Well, let's see.
It's a crime to fly any aircraft wrong.
There you go. And I feel bad, when I fly the air process in the 7.3s, I mean, there's always in the back of my head, like, what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you how to fly this airplane, 100% the way you're supposed to. But again, there's a few flaws with it. But you can work with them.
So I want to 6 right. Go ahead and execute that.
What it should have done, once you went around and you push that toga button on the thrust reverse levers, what it should have done, it should have sequenced the misapproach procedure, and the airplane automatically should have followed it. It should have switched from blue mode to white mode, but it didn't do it.
Okay, look, I know you're finna call me crazy, but deja vu. Cause you know what? Oh my goodness. See, look, I feel like I'm psychic. Cause I dreamed this about a year ago. I dreamed somebody in my TeamSpeak telling me that switching it from blue to something. And I was flying in some type of CRJ. I just didn't know what type of CRJ it was. Oh my god. I knew
You
it.
should have been on that track right now. That's where you should have been by now.
Yeah.
So
Well.
you should be at 3,500 on that Troy's best approach.
Yeah, I don't think it went to Troy's, but I'm turning back around.
Here's the problem you're gonna run into pretty soon here is fuel. So make sure you got enough landing fuel.
Oh my goodness.
So make sure you update that, because you just went around.
So let's see, you gotta go back to perf. A perf in it. What, do I update descent?
Just update whatever fuel you got right now and look at the FO's page, PVFD, and make sure you got enough landing fuel.
Oh, 180 now. Please don't say I don't have enough. 875.
Oh, you need to land soon.
Yes, sir, I do. I'll tell you what, holding this altitude ain't helping.
No, it's not.
Alright, well, let's see.
Here's what you gotta do now. Configure late and do a short approach. That's the only advice I got for you right now. Configure late and do a short approach.
Alright, so let me go ahead and speed up because I need to get it onto the ground as fast as possible. So
No, don't worry about the speed. The faster you go, the more fuel you're gonna spend. So it's okay if you're.
oh man, I knew I should have packed 6. Usually I pack about 1,000 more fuel. Usually, what I need.
No, the thing is, you should have been fine if the airplane would have followed the normal misapproach profile. Though that's what the problem is. You flew too far past the misapproach profile.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Is that actually a fault of him not pushing the toggle button fast enough, or is it a fault of Aerosoft?
For go around is so you push the toggle button. So go around, set thrust, flap state. That's pretty much what the procedure is calling for. Positive rate, gear up, climb mode, heading mode, acceleration altitude, Mach 200, 250. Basically the same takeoff procedure. The only difference is you're going around. And when you push the toggle button, the airplane automatically. This is not automatically, but you have to go to your nav source and you got to go to white needles. You have to do it yourself. So the procedure is go around toggle button, switch your hand on the yoke, and switch to white needles. That's what you got to do in the simulator in real life. The airplane would not switch to white needles for you.
little scary. So let me go ahead and set flaps 1. Or do I need to like configure like super
late.
Yeah, super late? Kind of.
Just get a beam with the airport. Once you get a beam with the airport, start configuring. And once you get a beam with the airport, slow down to about 200 knots.
Alright.
It's a Class Bravo airspace, so you don't have to worry about 200 knots for Charlie and Delta airspace. It's a Class Bravo airspace, so 250 knots is just fine.
This is crazy. If I run out of fuel, I'll be so devastated.
What's your landing fuel right now calling for?
Right now it's calling for 875.
Yeah, you're fine.
But that's not it updated yet. I'm gonna go ahead and update it.
You're gonna be fine. I mean, in real life, I will be shitting my pants, but you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the simulator, but I try to keep it as realistic as possible. So I'm over here like, I'll be good, but in reality, I will be about to start crying.
Anything, you cannot land this airplane below 600. Like below 600, if you go around, you cannot go more than pitch 10 degrees up because it would actually shut down on you.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me in one aircraft I flew. It would just it shut it off. I was like, oh no.
Alright, so you already put the slats out, flaps 1. Just hold it till you get a beam of the airport, then go flaps, say 2. Then if you really want to do a short approach, a beam of the airport, gear down, 160 knots, gear down. And start descending right away.
Alright, there goes my up 975. Oh my goodness. I don't think I'm gonna make it, man.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I mean, but you were right here, right now, in the real world.
Oh, real world, yeah. You'll be smelling it, but you'll be fine.
No. I'd have been like, guys, brace yourselves or something. Because.
Okay, so, are you a beam?
Do I have what?
Are you a beam of the airport?
I'm right beside the airport, like side by side. I'm not even on look last yet though.
Gear down, via approach plus 5. Once you get below 170, full configuration. Spoilers, make sure they're retracted. Lights are on. Keep descending and bring it back around.
Alright. Ah, it's doing that again. Nope. Alright, I'm going to start descending here.
Who needs the autopilot? Go ahead.
Alright, well, let's see. Jesus.
Alright, so start slowing down. Start configuring. You're below 230, so you can go ahead all the way to 20 degrees of flaps.
Alright.
And if you're below 220, you can extend the gear, which will help you slow down. Don't forget you got spoilers.
Alright, so gear down.
Yeah, start making your base turn.
I mean, I'm not there yet though, because it's like right. Oh yeah, I'm good. I start making my turn. Alright.
As you're turning, start configuring and slowing down.
So you're now flap to 20. It'd be way below this though.
Alright, broad feet approach plus 5.
Approach plus 5, checked. Go ahead and set flaps 30.
Below 185, flaps 30. Below 170, flaps 45.
Flaps 45.
Landing gear is 3 green.
Landing gear down, 3 green.
Thrust
Flaps
down.
45. Slats. Yep, slats and flaps 45 degrees.
Flight spoilers retracted.
Yes, flight spoilers are retracted.
Alright, you're clear to land. Here we go.
Well, I mean, it's either here or dead. So.
Yeah, you better land.
Alright, here we go.
You're not going around.
Oh yeah, I can't go around this one. Need some more speed. Yeah, a lot more speed. Now, in real life operations, you would land on the inner runway. That's the long runway to land on.
In real life operations, I'll be fired.
Exactly, like that's gonna take too much. So we just finna go right in. Alright, here we go. 700 pounds of fuel. Whew! Alright, here we go.
You got 600, you got 100 to go.
Exactly, so I'm still too high. I need to.
You're still gonna make it though, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
As soon as you land though, shut down engine 2.
Okay. But how did.
Right, start the APU first.
Alright. I used to think that this wasn't even like supposed to even be possible. But alright.
Sync rate.
Sync rate, don't worry about that.
There you go, nice job, keep it going.
Sync rate.
Don't even worry about squaring it. Don't even worry about squaring it.
Sync rate.
500. 400. 300.
Trim up.
200.
Looking good.
100.
Light slow. Light slow.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Alright, on the ground. Brakes. Alright, reverser's gonna be stowed. Exit here on.
Yeah, reversers should always be stored. Anything above 80 knots. Below 80 knots, you want to make sure the reversers are stowed.
Please remain in your seat.
Negative 142.
The aircraft is
Look at that.
Please don't.
Alright, so APU power. Start.
Thank you for flying with us, and we look forward.
Flaps up, condition, air, off cargo air. Make sure you take it off condition air.
Alright, so get off condition air. Which would be that switch.
And APU's on.
Hopefully APU is turning on.
Are you ready for the after landing checklist?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do the after landing checklist. I gotta shut down engine 2, which I hope is that button. Yep, APU started. How do I shut down engine 2? Just pull the switch.
Make sure once the APU is on, after 2 minutes, you can shut down the engine.
Okay.
Not before 2 minutes. Because then you're gonna charcoal it.
Alright, after landing checklist. Nose lights for landing lights can be off. Spoilers up and retracted. Strobe lights off. APU is started. Okay.
For the after landing transponder 1.
1. Check.
Radars off.
Off.
Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Pressurization is checked.
Check.
Should be 0 differential. Exterior lights are set.
Set.
Probes are off.
Off.
Wing and column anti is off.
Cowls, let's see. Ooh, no.
And the reason you want to do that is because if you have the APU on, one engine on, and you've turned the cowls on, the valve will stay open and you're going to need maintenance to come in the airplane because it will not shut down. It's very important that you do that.
Alright, probes and yep, off.
Okay, off cargo air.
Is on normal or
Should be on air.
yeah, air. That's what it's called.
And ignition is off.
Yep, off.
Okay, afterline checks complete.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pull into one of these gates right here. Pull into this one.
Looks like we made it.
We made it. Alright, so
That was exciting.
engine's off. How do I do that?
Alright, so first thing you want to do is set the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Now make sure the car anti-ice is off.
Yes,
And
it is
again,
off.
Tips keeps coming up on the checklist because it's important. Seatbelt sign. Sorry, thrust levers shut off.
So shut off. So
Seatbelt sign off.
yeah, wait, they're not on shut off though.
Yeah, just make sure that both engines are shut off. So push that red lever and click the Y handle. The actual Y thrust lever. You don't have to worry about your joystick thrust levers. You just gotta make sure you click the actual red button first and then the Y handle. I think it's right click if I'm not wrong. There you go.
I gotta do that. Yep, there you go. Alright, they're shut off.
Okay. The seatbelt sign is off.
Off.
Windshield heat is low.
What is?
The windshield heat is low.
Yep, low.
Off cargo air off.
I got it on. Off.
Transponder standby.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Okay.
Fuel pumps off.
Gear pump. Where is?
Fuel pumps.
Oh, fuel pumps. Fuel pumps.
Fuel pumps off.
Off.
Beacon off and nose wheel steering off.
Beacon off and nose wheel steering in the off position.
And you're done.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot more to it, huh?
You telling me twice? Jesus.
Make sure your reconditionalize is off too, because you're gonna piss off the people on the ground.
I can file my file report. Negative 142, 0.98 gravity. Not that bad. For landing with like 700 pounds.
Cut it down.
Yeah. Negative 142. Crazy. Yeah, that was a fun flight though. How long was that? I was on for 250, well, 2 hours 50 minutes on VATSIM. Here, I'll link you to the flight report just in case you want to look at it.
Sounds good.
Alright, let me see this. If you can only win the claw if you just the winning emoji, he said. Man, I missed it again. God.
What's your fuel right now?
Right now it is 535.
You made it though.
Yeah, but in real life, it ought to have been gone.
Yeah, in real life, you don't want to have anything less than 2,000 pounds, basically.
Yeah. It's all because Aerosoft didn't have their fuel correct.
I don't. This is what I do when I fly this airplane with Aerosoft. I typically put it out in the airport to give me extra fuel. Just because it's not perfect. I don't trust their fuel load or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Wait, oh wait, what they need? Oh. Okay, not any strawberries.
Alright, good job, dude.
Wait, hold on, hold on. Oh, come on, I can get this, I can get this one.
What are you doing?
I'm not trying to. I don't want to make a YouTube video about a tutorial about this airplane, so I want to leave that to you. So what I'm trying to do is do a tutorial video on my computer and pretty much send it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not interested in just making a YouTube video, so I pretty much want to show you and send you a video so you can make your own YouTube video.
Dang it. That was weird.
Are people calling me Obama?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yo, how did I not? Hey, hold on. Anybody who's watching the video, you just saw that claw thing that I just did? Please let me know.
I mean, Obama? Are you serious? You could have called me any other like Spanish fun name, but Obama?
Dumb. They're all dumb.
Well, Carlos, I guess that's fine.
Oh, Carlos. Well, I love FSX. This plane is good. Yeah, it needs to be updated though.
It does.
It just needs to be updated. Other than that, it's pretty good.
I'm actually surprised that Aerosoft got up to this level already. Like, Aerosoft used to be the arcade thing.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, I don't know how many people were watching it the whole time, but I'm pretty sure it was a lot of people.
It was about 10 or so people.
Yeah.
You know, Obama funds.
Hey, if anybody who's watching my video, if you just saw the thing I just did with this claw thing. Oh, John is back. Oh my goodness. Yo, wait, yo, look at this and let me know how this is. It says just slam in reaction. Winner shows randomly when time runs out. Dang, I ain't get it again. It ain't never gonna happen, bro. I ain't never gonna win. Gosh, that was fast. Man, I want to win this thing so bad.
What is it though? Like, I don't understand what you do.
It's like that Battlefield Heroes thing I was telling you about. It's like they're having like an open like test server for everybody to join, and they're just giving away keys to like almost everybody, right?
Yeah.
But you can only get a key if like every 1 hour or whenever it says the next key is, you have to do exactly what it says. And I don't know if you have to be the first one or anything like that, but just do it whenever. Like as soon as it pops up, boom, do exactly what it says, and you will hopefully get a key.
Invite me to that server, dude.
Got you. If you get a key, you better share it, bro.
Yeah.
You better share it, please. You don't even play this game. I've been waiting for this game. I played it when I was like 6, and it went off when I was like 10. Now I'm 17. Like, I'm ready for it. Hold up. How I even... Oh, look. I gotta invite you to this one, I think.
Or just sending Discord link.
Oh, yeah. Invite people.
Yeah, Alex. Thanks a lot. You teach us a lot.
Yeah, dude. I wish...
Man, no worries. Anytime.
I wish that you could... Oh, man. I wish that you could always be here and teach me. I wish.
Let me tell you, bro. I'm on vacation right now for the next like couple months, so I got time. It's not a big deal.
The only thing with me is I just started school. Last week on Monday? I just started school. So for me, I don't really got that much time because I went to school and figured out that I had 2 summer assignments. I was supposed to do those 2 summer assignments today, but
here's what it comes down to. Like, I know about the airplane, you know about the videos, and I cannot make any videos for my life. So, but if we can figure something out, so you can have the knowledge and I can have the knowledge of making videos, which I'm really not interested on. I really want you to make good videos, informative videos, so people can actually learn how to fly this airplane. I'll be happy with that. I can care less about my views or my videos. I want you to have good views and good videos and good knowledge of this airplane.
yeah. So look, see, what I can't wait because what they're gonna try. They said they're gonna try and make it so it's what's the word for it? So we can share the cockpit. Yeah, cockpit share.
That would be sweet. I mean, I don't, like I said, I have the original FSX video, game. So
Oh yeah, it doesn't. It works. Like I mean, I had the original FSX game. I was able to do it once, maybe twice.
Yeah, I think I used to play FSX online multiplayer back in the day. Like I don't even know how it works anymore.
Yeah.
I'm literally the only one that plays on Prepare.
I want prepared. Like, do you know what prepared is or?
Yes, I heard about it. I'm thinking about it. They say that you can only download it if you're like a student. So I'm kind of like in the gray area right now because I'm not a student. I'm an instructor. So like, could I download it?
That's fake. Whatever you heard that's fake. You could just go and buy it. They use it for training nowadays. They use that in X-Plane 11 for trainings. So.
I see.
I would get prepared if I can, but you know I'm poor, so it is what it is. I can't get it just yet. So.
How much is it? Like, what are they charging for it?
It's like $2.99 for it, I think. $2.99 or not $2.99.
For the actual academic license, which works with like all the mods and add-ons and all that kind of stuff, it's $60.
Okay. Like I said, I only pretty much use FlySim for like now with the CRJ. But before this, I was using it for Captain Sim, which is a piece of crap.
Oh yeah.
7.2 and 707.
I used the 777. It's terrible.
Yeah. PMDG obviously is amazing. Not gonna lie.
The best one. Like
yeah,
it's PMDG Aerosoft. Well, actually, have you looked at the Leonardo Mad Dog?
No, I have not, and the reason I haven't is because real MD-80 pilots, and I being on that MD-80 airplane in real life, it's a piece of shit. It's just a real old airplane, unnecessarily hard to learn, so I don't even want to bother. I'm gonna say it's a bad airplane by any means. Go ahead and buy it if you want to learn it. However, they're going away, and it's too hard for no reason.
Yeah.
When it comes to McDouglas, or whatever the freaking name is, the MD series. Yeah, whatever. The Mad Dogs and even the MD-11s are my favorite McDouglas airplanes. Don't get me wrong. DC-10s are underrated. They had a bunch of crashes, and mostly because people didn't really understand them. MD-80s and MD-99s are good airplanes. Just unnecessarily hard to learn.
I love the 90.
Yeah, I mean, they're good airplanes, don't get me wrong. It's just like how much do you want to get into it.
Yeah. I mean, I it sucks for me because when I get into the industry, the MD-88s, MD-90s, and the 757s, they'll all be retired. So
No,
I'll
the
probably
75s
find
and the
it.
76s, like the 767 is my favorite airplanes of all time. Like,
Love
don't get
it.
me wrong.
Love it.
75, 76, amazing, amazing airplanes. Those I will not hesitate to fly any day, and I'm hoping by the time I get to America, they're still flying them, and I can still fly them. However, talk realistically here, like most likely you're gonna end up in an Airbus. If you're lucky, you're in a 73.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like my dream plane to fly is a 757 because its nickname is the Rocket. It climbs so fast.
I want to learn the 737, to be honest.
Learning a 737 is easy. Learning a 757
yeah, it's easy, and I actually want to fly that shit in real life.
Well, you live in Amsterdam, so you already know they're gonna have that for a little bit.
I live close to Amsterdam.
All right, but see, KLM, they're not gonna retire 737s. Not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. They ain't gonna retire
I hope
those.
they're gonna get the max ones. But yeah, about prepared though, like the academic license, it says that the license is for students. Yeah, as long as you're a pilot, you're somehow a
Do they
so.
really check that though? Do they really care?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, I think you can just buy the academic license if you're not a pilot.
I mean, like, come at me, bro. Like, for real.
They won't check it, to be honest. But I just bought the academic, and I'm a student as well. So
They only care about the money. That's pretty, you know, it's like, how do they know you're not a student?
I don't know.
They just care about you paying them something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably
you get a brand mark academic in the top right, but yeah, it's not mine.
Yeah, all you get is
the
a
only reason I
watermark.
haven't got P3D is because not every add-on is a simulator for P3D yet. So I was kind of waiting for it.
Yeah, you guys seen Prepared version 4? It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm using that.
It's beautiful. Like the lighting on it, the dynamic lighting is absolutely beautiful.
So who's watching right now?
Actually, 11 people just came in. Jeez. Well, I got. Hey, what's going on, Mustang? Yeah, I haven't seen him in a minute. I haven't seen him since 2014 when we played some other game. That's just some random people. I don't really know all these people. The whole reason why I wanted to start my YouTube like streaming for FSX and stuff because I wanted to give back to everybody who doesn't know how to fly planes or wish that they could fly FSX stuff. You know, just like, hey, this is how you do this, this, and that. But the best of my knowledge that I have. So that's pretty much it.
You're doing a great job. I mean, there's a bunch of FSX people here on YouTube. I mean, but you're doing pretty good. So, like, hopefully we, you know, like I said, we can get you to fly the thing for real. Like, and hopefully there's people interested enough in fly sim seriously, not just like just messing around and even following the manuals that comes with the airplanes because they're completely wrong. Like the actual stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like,
because you notice a difference between flying an Aerosoft manual versus real stuff.
Yeah, well, like, it was completely different. Like, it didn't explain all that stuff in the detail.
And like I said, that has a lot to do with the timing. I mean, you know, I'm not saying you should or, you know, if you want to, but we can sit down and talk about systems. But again, it all comes down to like how much you really want to learn about the airplane, or do you just want to learn just enough to do a flight from point A to point B? Because there is a lot more to learn about this airplane, clearly.
I know plenty of people who just want to get a point A to point B. Where I'm like, I prefer to do everything. Like, if it takes 50 minutes for a passenger to get on the plane, I'll sit 50 minutes. If they have a grounds up stop for about an hour and a half, I'll be on a ground stop for an hour and a half. But some people just go ahead and take off. I like to make it realistic as possible.
Well, in real life, you're expected to do a quick turnaround in about 20 minutes. That's how much time we have in real life to go from parking at the gate, setting the parking brake, and resetting it and go back to the next flight. 20 minutes. But that comes with time.
And the image I just posted, by the way, was yesterday at Amsterdam. I just had a lot of crosswind.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I landed in some crosswind landings, but I don't really notice it. I feel like landing in a crosswind on a FSX is easy. But then again, you go to real life in X-Plane 11, I can't even do nothing.
I had
flight sim crosswind landings are not real.
Yeah, true. At 24 knots crosswind though yesterday. I think the way like aerodynamics in flight sim, what I experience, X-Plane works best with like the air.
Yeah, X-Plane's the best for dynamics. It's the closest to it.
Yeah, if you kick the rudder. Yeah, it is a shame. If you kick the rudder on the last second on the flight sim, it's just not going to give you the results that you want to. It's just not good.
Yeah, I can't wait until I get my pilot license. Once I get it, I gotta go do a couple flights. I got to. But then again, it's like fuel costs, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, basically.
Yeah. I got a lot of pilot
If I could do it
friends.
again, I wouldn't be a pilot.
What, you wouldn't?
No, I don't know. Like, I regret every minute of being a pilot. Not gonna lie, I do enjoy flying the airplane, but the politics that comes behind it, and once you have kids and a wife, and you gotta go through your life, it becomes something of a childhood dream, something that you're gonna think back at and be like, should I have done this? Or should I have just picked a career that's gonna the crap out of me being sitting in the office, but at least I can pay the bills, Because being a pilot has its pros and cons. So you just gotta really know what you're getting yourself into. It's not everything roses and beautiful things.
Yeah, especially when you have a wife and kids, and some days you're like on call, so you can't really leave to go certain places and all that stuff. Like,
I'm gone 20 days out of the month, 20 plus days out of the month. I have a 1-year-old daughter, and it's hard. I come home, I leave, and she's crying, and she wants me there. My wife, it's hard. It's not easy, and you get to the job and you think, okay, so all I'm going to do is sit down on an airplane and fly. Well, it doesn't work that way. I mean, you got to sit on airports and you got to commute. You don't have a guaranteed seat. You got to wait for your flight. You got to deal with crappy captains or FOs. And end of the day, there's a lot of crap you got to deal with. And then, you finish at, let's say, at 8 in the morning. And if you live in a different state, you may go home to like midnight the next day. I mean, it's hard. But you have to have enough passion for it to do it, and I do have that. I mean, that's why I'm not going crazy. I mean, and I'm sure you guys have it too. I'm not trying to get you guys for not being pilots, but just know that not everything is beautiful.
Well, I'll tell you just a little bit of my backstory of being a pilot. Ever since I was 4 years old, I was sitting on a 767. I asked my dad, I said, hey, what plane is this? He said, 767-300. Ever since then, since I was 4 years old, the only goal I've ever wanted to have would be a pilot. And I've thought of some other careers like a policeman, firefighter. I've thought about being in IT, which I would probably want to minor in. But at the end of the day, the only thing that really gets me excited, gets me worked up, gets me like happy is flying. So that's the only reason why. Because I really have a strong passion for it.
And go for it. If you do, go for it. Nobody's gonna deny that. Like, if you got the passion, go for it. Just know that it's not gonna be perfect. You're gonna go through a lot of stuff. There's a lot of studying. There's a lot of being away from home. And right now, I mean, how old are you? 17?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right now, obviously, you're not thinking about it. Neither was I when I was your age, about family and kids and stuff like that. You just want to fly. But once you get there, it's like, oh crap, now I really got to think about. But if you start early and you wait to have a family, your seniority is going to be so high that your quality of life is going to be way better, and your wife is not going to hate you.
Yeah. Well, what I really wanted to, what I was thinking about, and I've talked to a lot of pilots that I know, I was like, I want to try and get into an aircraft program where it's like a regional type aircraft program, or it's like not that long of a domestic. I want to one day fly for a 7.5. However, they're starting to take 7.5s internationally now, so I'm like, it's going to be iffy. Because if I have a wife and kids by the time I'm like 28, then I don't need to be flying the 7.5. I need to be flying something like a CRJ or an MB-88 or something that's close?
Well, let me tell you right now. I'm on the industry at the moment, and you're gonna get there. Even right now, as it is, you pretty much want to aim for the 787 and the 350. Like that's what you want to aim for, and the 777. Like I get it. You love the 76 and the 75. So do I. It's my passion. I would love to fly those retro airplanes, but realistically speaking, you probably won't. So let's be realistic here. So if you're not gonna fly those, aim high. 78, 75. Who's flying the 78, 75s right now? Freaking dinosaurs. People that have been in the airlines for years. All people that can't even fly a freaking Cessna. That's who's flying them right now.
Well, I mean, I see some 25, or not 25, like 20-year-olds flying it by now.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to get there. I mean, the old people, like on their 50s and 60s, like these people already should retire. Trust me, they should freaking retire by now. Because I flew with them and they scared the crap out of me. So, but that's what you want to aim for, though. At the moment, if you fly the 75, congratulations, good for you. Like you like Delta. I really don't care. Delta, United, American. I'm on American right now. I'm gonna end up flying American. So for me, I'm expecting 777s, 73s, Airbuses, and 78s. I'm not gonna fly a 350. I'm not sure if American ever ordered Airbus 350. I'm not sure if they did or not. But I would like to fly a 73. My buddy just get to American. He's flying a 73 and he loves it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, same was that video that you posted. Yeah, I wanted to say the same. It sounds like Chavez, you know.
Oh yeah. Aviator Chavez, crazy. So, and for a minute, I was like, "Wait, hold up, is that Chavez?" But like, nah, no way.
Yeah, at the same. But yeah, basically, what got me going on the aviation side was like I never thought about a career as a pilot whatsoever. But when I started flying, or like flying as passenger, I just got interested in the way how flying works. So I started to look more into it. You know, I started to look more into flight simulation and everything behind it. Basically, then I noticed that my uncle, that I haven't actually met yet, as far as I know. Like I've met him last time since I was 3 years old, but of course I can't remember. He's actually a pilot right now in Dubai, like for Emirates. He's a captain on the A380.
Oh!
So I started talking like more to him and stuff, and he shared me a lot of as well, like also about how life goes, you know, with his wife, etc. And yeah, it got me more interested as well. Like there are lots of downs as well. It's not only up.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
You need to be realistic, but
that video you should share. Who shared that video?
Again?
Who shared that video? It's the Life on Airline Pilot.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Dallas right there. I mean, that's the 175. That's what I'm gonna upgrade on as a captain. That's pretty chill airplane. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he's flying the ERJ 175. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start training on right now. It's a pretty cool airplane. I can't wait. But the CRJ, man, I prefer that.
I mean, no, I mean, after all the stuff I learned today, I'm just like, well, I mean, CRJ might be my route to go. Cause see, what I want to do is, I'm eventually gonna start going to SkyWest. I'll probably start at SkyWest, and I'll probably.
By company. If you want to move to the West Coast, not by company.
But a small correction about what I just said was not my uncle, it was my nephew.
No, your nephew.
I'm just confused.
Because I know that SkyWest and Compass and what's it called? Some other thing. Yeah, but they're all partnered by Delta Connection.
Don't go to Compass, please.
Yeah, I heard Compass is terrible.
Don't go to Compass.
I'm just confused right now. Like, what is the big difference between flying in the US and flying in Europe? Right?
And by the way, this guy that you should share the video, if the company sees that video, he's gonna get fired.
Oh, I figured. He was like, I don't know if I could be sharing it. Hey, he uploaded like some manuals of him doing some stuff, and he was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get fired or not, but we're gonna see until I get called in for it or something like that. It was hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie though, like he's wearing my same uniform, he's flying my cell tel number, he's flying for my company. I'm not gonna say anything, but he's flying for my company right now. So this guy, if the company sees that, he's gonna get fired.
Hilarious.
So that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna share anything as far as me flying or anything like that, because one of the checklist items before start checklist is like personal electronic equipment off.
Yeah, it's like distraction, so, right?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what he did. What he did is not unsafe at all. Like, I'm not against it at all. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm pro whatever he did. That's totally fine, and I'm glad that he shared it and showing people motivation for aviation. But the company doesn't think about it that way. They don't give a fuck.
True. They just think about rules and
everything
has to be perfect. You know?
There is nothing unsafe with what that guy did. I mean, I'm looking at the video right now. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But the company don't care.
What's the main point for the company to say then, like, that you're doing something wrong? Like, what's their...
Distraction.
Yeah.
Like, which, really, there's not really a lot of distraction when you're just recording yourself, but the company looks at it as, this is my airplane. I'm paying you to fly my airplane, so you fly my airplane the way I want you to fly my airplane, basically.
Yeah, true.
So if I tell you to shut down your phone or camera or whatever, you better do that, because that's my airplane.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta understand both, you know.
Well, hold on, let me do this. Alright, so, well, I should have done this a long time ago, because that's been streaming this whole thing. So, well, I'm just going to record this as an outro. I want to thank Alex to come out, CRJ captain, right? Captain or first officer?
Captain.
Yeah, CRJ captain coming out, teaching us how to fly this airplane. I'm not going to edit nothing, because I don't edit anything. I don't got time to edit, so if they want to go to see our whole conversation about all the stuff we just talked about, go right ahead. But I want to thank him coming out, showing us all these systems, how to actually fly this plane the correct way. I can't wait to make the next video and actually fly it correctly, even though it's gonna be a lot. So again, appreciate it, man. Honestly, I appreciate it. Like, I didn't even know it was that. I didn't even know the whole time. It was crazy. I only got 250 fuel left. Somehow my fuel went down for what, 300? How? I'm just sitting here and it went down about 300. But yeah.
Your AP is actually using a few, if you didn't know.
Oh well. I ain't turning on ground power because that ground power is crazy loud. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they need to do something about it. It says ground speed.
Well, you can actually, you can actually lower it. In real life, you don't hear it. It's so you can just turn it off.
Yeah, but it doesn't work. I turned it off in the options, but it just doesn't.
Do you still hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so loud. Oh my god.
Oh, that's not good.
That's something I had to turn down my whole simulator, turn it off because it was loud.
You see, the ground power, you want it on, obviously, because you don't want to be burning fuel with the APU. The ground air is very rare to turn it on, because typically if you just turn the recirculator fan on, even if the packs are off, because the APU is off and the engines are off, you still get enough air. But if it's really hot, if it's like super hot outside, you want to duck the rampers, because they are pretty bad at it. You want to like bug them and tell them like, hey man, you need to plug that freaking air on. And that's the only way to cool the passengers. They're gonna complain, and that's not even your fault.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. Hold on. We do this. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream. But yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. I can't wait to go back and watch the video. So, If you guys like the video, please like, subscribe. Alex, any final words to say to anybody who's going to be watching it?
Hey man, just like I said, just respect the airplane. It's a beautiful airplane. Aerosoft did a great job. I mean, it's not perfect. You're doing a great job. Just keep up with what you're doing, and just pretty much keep it up, man. Good job.
All right, Ayo Fishy, you got anything to say? Even though you weren't here with us.
Don't make your dreams dreams. Just do it. For fuck's sake. Nah, just if you want to, really want to get into it, if you want to learn more about aircraft, just search it up. Like, we have the entire internet nowadays, and it's full of information. Videos like these, you know, with actual people explaining it. I've seen a lot of it also from 737 and stuff. I would really like to see more people actually flying the aircraft as it's supposed to be. So, yeah. Keep up the good work, I would say.
Well, alright, you guys heard it here. I'll catch you guys in the next video.